What up? What up? We're here. We're live. We're back. We're about to do a no BS tier list chat. And for those of you watching the replay, hello to you too. You could have came during the stream, but it's fine. It's good that you're here afterward. We're gonna be doing a no BS tier list. Now, you guys know when I do tier lists, very seldomly do I actually have letters of S, A, B, C, and D. But I was like, you know what? We're about to do some straight no BS tier list setup, and that is what people generally do. So what you guys know that is I usually break it down by character. I usually break it down by ranks. We're not doing that. We're factoring all ranks. We're factoring all team ups. We're factoring how they work with other characters in the actual game. We're factoring their job in the game and how well they do it. We're gonna be just doing straight up one tier list, front to back, A to Z, all the characters, and we're not gonna have any but this, that, but this, that, but no. This is the no BS tier list. We're gonna run it down. And for those of you that watch my other tier list, y'all know I don't typically look at I do look at the chat, but I don't respond because I'm in thoughts usually and stuff like that. Not today. No BS tier list. We're talking to chat too. So hello everyone in chat. It is great to see you guys. Let's run this. At the end of this tier list, we're gonna do another stream, and that's gonna be doing replay reviews. So check that out if you guys want to. If you guys want to put your replays in, join the Discord, do the free replay tab. You can look at it there. And I feel like there's one more thing I wanted to say. I don't remember what it was. I forgot. Anyway, all right, getting into it. You guys know I'm an Eternity/One of Evolved player, climbed on both PC and console. I just always get that out the way because there's some people that were like, actually, on PC, well, on console, it don't matter, all right? Everybody sucks that plays this game, including myself. Let's run it. So, first character that we have is Adam Warlock. Now, Adam Warlock has received flight. People think that this is just the amazing breakaway. Oh, we're also factoring in 222. We're also factoring solo climb. So yes, if you duo, it's fine, trio. But if you're stacking as 4 or as 6 or whatever, obviously you're working with people that work with you. But where this tier list is based off, if you're working by yourself or maybe with another person, and the rest of the lobby is like, forget you, bro. I don't care about you. This is going to be how much of an impact you have with these characters. And realistically, if you guys are like popping, what are the best characters for me to climb? Because I really want to get to Diamond. I really want to get to Grandmaster. I really want to get to Celestial Attorney. Whatever your goal is, this is the tier list for you. It's not going to be throwing in that nonsense. So, Adam Warlock, as I said, he got flight. Let's kick this off spicy. While I'll explain, chat, what do you guys think? Where should Adam Warlock be? Which letter? Adam Warlock received flight. He receives a lot of micro buffs throughout the entirety of the game's release. Like he's been nerfed and then he got buffed, and he got another. Like this dude gets buffed more than Rise if you play League of Legends. Like this character is actually just, he is hit every patch for some reason. The character got flight. The flight does nothing to this guy's heals. I remember when the dude first got changed, everybody was picking Adam Warlock like it was just something magical. He has flight now. He's so insanely OP. He's so busted. Oh my god. Bro, his heals suck. That's the problem. It's not the fact that he can't fly. The guy's heals are buns. Therefore, that didn't fix anything. Yes, he can get to off angles and all that extra good stuff, but let's be honest. Strat shouldn't be doing that. And most of the time, if they do that, it's because they got away with it. The higher you climb, the less you're able to pull that off, and you're probably going to get KO'd. His ultimate is pretty bad in terms of, you have a lot of these AoE ultimates, or you have a lot of these one-shot ultimates, or a lot of these group-up ultimates. What do we got? We got Daredevil that got released. We have Angela that got released. We have Elsa. Oh my god. We got Elsa released. Bro, we got Gambit. Like all these characters that could just say, hey Adam, thanks for the ult. Let's all one-shot everybody in this vicinity. Like, I don't know what would fix this character because this character is outdated. They need to update the character to be able to fit in what they're creating. As games progress, as games go year after year, or well, it hasn't even been a year yet, but you guys know, as seasons change, the game evolves, especially when they start dropping new characters, the whole game shifts. And you have a lot of these characters like Adam that just is like, well, what about me? What about me? Well, let's give you this. Well, that doesn't work. Well, let's give you that. That doesn't work because my design is flawed for what we were trying to, for like how the game works right now. Yeah, but it works in threes. Okay, so that's the excuse for Adam to be like this, is because it works with 3 healers. That's our scapegoat. I hate that, honestly. I don't like having 3 roles of stuff. It's unbalanced and it's very hard to deal with. Doesn't matter which role gets 3. I just hate it. And I don't like how some characters are busted if there's 3, and then they're horrible if there's 2, which means that there's no median. You're just kind of like, well, either you're broken because we have 3 of something, or you're not. Because it's really, I hate it. That's the one thing I dislike about Marvel Rivals at the current state, is the fact that some characters just do not function if they are against 3s of anything, or they don't function if they don't have 3, which is also weird. So that's a whole nother tangent for a whole nother day. But that's really what my issue is with the game right now. You guys said C? Coin flip? I agree. Either this character works or it doesn't work. Period. It's like, you either have an Adam Warlock that runs the lobby because he gets away with it, or you have an Adam Warlock that does horrible, he just throws your matches. What do? You know what I mean? And honestly, more often than not, he does throw the match. I'm not going to say any character in this game you shouldn't play. Play what you find fun and have a good time doing it. That's not what tier lists are for. If you guys look at tier lists and say, well, I want to play this character, but he's low on the tier list, or she's low on the tier list, and I don't want to play it because of that, that's not how you should look at it. I play Cap. Y'all know I play Cap. Y'all know that character is horrible for a lot of the reasons when it comes to solo play. If he's in a team, it's, but I still play him, right? And that goes for a lot of other people that play characters that might not be high on the tier list. Play whatever you want. Tier lists are just meant to give you a kind of oversight on what's probably best if you want to invest time into it. There's just a lot more hurdles that Adam Warlock goes through. I'm actually an Adam Warlock player as well. There's a lot more hurdles that he goes through than the other characters. So that's why he's low. So, especially when it comes to 222. So you got, for you guys are right. What about Black Panther? What do you guys think Black Panther should be? Remember, we're factoring in every single rank. We're factoring in just being a solo or maybe duo or trio. We're not factoring in the fact that you have people all over the place. We are also factoring in team ups. So again, where do you guys think that he should go? While you do that, I'm gonna look at chat real quick. Lauren, what's up? LFC, good to see you. Diluted, hello. Hi, Street Cred, what's up? Ultimate, hello. Good to see you guys. I've been playing Adam lately, and I tell my team I'm DPS. I ain't here to heal nothing. Hollywood, what's up? That's yeah, accurate. Like accurate. That is pretty much how it works. It's very accurate. It's like, for the character to work, he needs to do damage, and for the character to do damage, like I don't know, like. Sometimes I think that the way that they design a character fits for their lore, but doesn't fit for their game mechanics. Does that make sense? So if they're like, hey, this character lore-wise, this kit matches what lore would look like, and when you play him, you feel like this character. Yeah, but that doesn't really mean he works for the game. So I think Adam Warlock and a few other characters in this game, they need an adjustment to be like, hey, well, this is how the game functions, but this is also your lore. How can we make both of them work? Right now, it seems like one character is on the spectrum of Marvel Rivals. It works, and it's really strong, or your lore, and yeah, you're cool. You're kind of lore accurate, but you don't really function as well in the game as everybody else does. So some characters do both. Don't get me wrong, but they definitely tend to lean more towards what it's like to be the character, not necessarily what it's like to work in your game. And I think that's kind of where a disconnect is at the moment. With Black Panther, even with the Hulk team up, he has the Hulk team up that gives him the barrier, which is pretty freaking gnarly, bro. Like, I'm not. If you guys ever played Black Panther with that whole team up, bruh, I'm not gonna lie, that is the most life-saving ability I think in this game. That's one of the best get out of jail free cards I think I've ever seen. That doesn't really fix him, in my opinion. He still has these glaring issues. My issue with Black Panther, I think, is, you know what, we're gonna add a hot seat. We're just gonna add a hot seat so everybody knows who we're talking about. That way, oops. That way, we're not talking and you're like, well, which one are you talking about? We'll add a little hot seat. We'll make it purple. All right, Black Panther. Boop, hot seat. So when it comes to Black Panther, I think this character just needs an actual rework. The problem with Black Panther is that he's flowcharty. Like, if you've ever played Street Fighter, if you've ever played Tekken, or any other fighting game, and you guys know what a flowchart is, it's basically, you do this, that leads into that, that leads into that. That's all you got. And then you might have other strings, but Black Panther has that one flowchart. Everybody knows, toss the spear, dash in, look around, spin kick, dash, toss another spear, hopefully get the KO. Or they'll toss spear, dash, they'll just keep recycling the dashes, basically. And they'll just be in the backline for a while. So you have those two Panthers. You have the I unload everything and pray I KO you, or you have the Black Panthers that cycle everything and just sit there. But they don't really accomplish the goal of what they're trying to do. Yes, you get value by sitting in the backline, don't get me wrong. And that's one of the main things about this game is like value is just created if you just AFK in the backline and people don't deal with you and you just sit there. But they're releasing more and more characters to handle characters like this. They're releasing so many characters that deal with all these melee. They're like trying to fix what they broke at the start. You guys remember Dive? Like that season where everything was dive. Like, even if you're a strategist, bro, you have 4 mates diving and you guys are just like, whichever backline survives the longest wins. Yo, that was a horrible season. If you've ever played Stratton, bro, to have it wasn't even a 6v6, bro. It was a 4v4, and it's literally a game of Survivor. Which strategists on both sides can last the longest while Black Panther, Hulk, freaking Iron Fist, Cap, bro, everybody was just diving, and it wasn't fun. And obviously they decided to release a lot of characters to deal with it. And it's kind of like they're backtracking. Now, the approach to this is something that I think Marvel Rivals has always had an issue with, in my opinion, and you guys could have your different opinions. But what I've always experienced with this game is like, let's do something, figure out it doesn't work. Let's try to, instead of buffing and nerfing it, let's add something to fix what isn't, that's like a problem. But then this becomes a problem, and they're like, oh, well, let's add something to fix this problem, but we're just compounding problems. We're not even solving anything at this point. It's just, hey, A is broken. How do we fix it? Add B. Well, B is broken. How do we fix it? Add C. Well, C is broken. How do we fix it? Add D. Well, now you got a whole stack of bustedness that nobody wants to play with. And either A becomes very obsolete, and then you don't even have A anymore, or it continues to stack until something is obsolete, and then that gets taken out. And I don't necessarily like that approach, because some of the stuff they could actually fix. And they don't need to add a character to fix it. I'm not a designer, I'm not a developer, I don't know how to, I'm not a balancer, I'm not that guy. This is just me talking, and I'm pretty sure I get a lot of people just talking. But in my opinion, you don't need to add a character that has 3,000 CC abilities like Rogue if all you need to do is nerf the time to KO on a character. You know what I'm saying? Magik can 2 to 3 bang somebody in a span of a second. What do? Let's not nerf. No, here's literally what they do. Magik one-shots. What should we do? Add the thing. Why? Because it stops Magik. Oh, Magik is now struggling. You know what? Let's keep the one-shot potential and give her more cooldowns to fix that. We added a character that made her unplayable. Well, now she's back. Oh, dang, now she's extremely busted. Well, what do? Let's add Rogue. Okay, let's add Gambit. Okay, but then let's add, it's like, bro, stop it. Fix this first. And then add. I'm so tired of it. And it's not even just Magik. Like tanks have this issue, strats have this issue. But what I'm saying is, back to the point of BP before you just go off into a completely different direction. BP, he doesn't do anything anymore, basically. He doesn't accomplish anything because there's so many characters that make him obsolete. He was A, B got added, C got added, D got added. Well, A got obsolete now. You see what I'm trying to say? He can't KO because everybody's running 3 strats, or there's strats that can actually get out of it or shield themselves. There's so much overshield in this game. He can't KO DPS because a lot of them being played will poke him out or CC him or get away from him for free, like Elsa with the freaking 2-second cooldown. I don't know who signed that one off. He can't really KO tanks. Like, he can't really do anything. Therefore, bro, what is this character supposed to do? And they need to fix him. They need to rework him. They need to stop making things overloaded and just calm down. Make a season to balance the game a little bit more. I love things being overpowered. That's superheroes, yay. But like, it's frustrating. Just spend one season, Guang Xiang, one season, bros, and say, how can we deal with all this nonsense right now? Well, if we could remove some of the damage for some of these characters or make it more risk reward value, that would be good. And then if we can make it so that strategists, and really just sit and talk about it. Why do we keep adding new characters to compensate for the fact that something is not working anymore? I don't know. But with that in mind, I believe you guys are correct. You know, he's very coin flip. The dude works or he doesn't. Period. If he works, he is destroying the lobby. If he doesn't work, well, he's just a minion. I mean, look, you know what I mean? So it's pretty much that's pretty much how it goes. And that's typically how it works every single season. So this is why I do tier lists every season, is because it depends on what's being added. It depends on what buffs and nerfs happen. It depends on all this extra stuff, right? And as characters get added, as players get better, tier lists decide to fluctuate. So this is why I do them every season, is because some characters might be worse at the start of their seasons that they got released, and then it just hop up exponentially, or some characters could be better when they release and then just get lower and stuff like that. Moving on to Black Widow. So, what y'all think? I know that maybe if you're a low rank, you probably don't run into this character that much unless they're throwing your matches. But if you're a high rank, you probably run into this character a little bit more frequently. Not by a large margin, but you do see a lot more in higher ranks than lower ranks. But I see a lot more throw than I see actually play the match. I think that the character actually does what she's supposed to do. And I hear that people argue and they say, well, let's give Black Widow a one-shot capability. Bro, I don't think you want her to be able to one-tap. I don't think y'all want that. If this character starts one-banging, the game would be very obnoxious to play. Was I just playing against the Widow? Yeah, I played a few games before stream. I wanted to get some games in because I haven't been here for a long time. But the problem with Black Widow is, like, she only works if you allow her to play the game. Like, if she can't play, all you gotta do is dive her. If she can't play, or people are smart enough to use corners, she doesn't get value. But the people in this game, they don't usually pay attention to corners because a lot of the characters are very how do I explain this? The way that you guys react to character, when I say you guys, all of us, not just you guys, but like everybody, the way that we all react to things isn't let's get behind cover. That's not your natural reaction when you start playing Marvel Rivals. And that's not a natural reaction that you develop unless someone tells you otherwise. They usually say, there's a problem, let me do whatever this is and jump around in the open. And that's what Black Widow thrives on. So if you're ever against snipers after having maybe 10 to 20 matches of non-snipers, you have these players that are doing that, which gives these snipers value. And then they complain about the sniper being a problem, but it's not the sniper. It's the players don't understand how to play against a shooter. A lot of these people that play this game, this is their first time playing comp games. You know, maybe they don't play shooting games. They don't play that. So they don't know what it is like to play against a sniper. But if you've ever come from Call of Duty, Gears of War, Halo, I feel like I'm missing some, but y'all know. If you come from these games that have snipers that one bang you, y'all know exactly how to react. And so I don't think that her being able to one bang is healthy because players that play this game don't understand how to deal with a sniper that can one bang you. I mean, look at Hawkeye. Does that mean that she's bad? No. I don't think that she's bad. We have to... What's up, Fourth Side? Good to see you. We have to get rid of the thrower Black Widows and really just talk about the real ones. Realistically speaking, she can do her job really well. If she's allowed to have sightlines, if she's allowed to play the game, if she's allowed to really do her thing, she will pop off. But it takes so long to get to that level. And it also is inconsistent because there's some maps that do not allow for Black Widow to play like that. There's some modes, like if you're on offense, it's harder to play Black Widow than if you're on defense. Like there's just these little intricacies that makes it harder for her to play. So I don't think she's bad, but I also think that she's inconsistent. And we want to put inconsistence at coin flips. Next, we have Cap. Hey, just so you guys know, at least on my main account, I've broken 500 hours with Cap. Can we just round of applause? 500 hours. Where do you guys think he should be? Where should Cap be? This character freaking sucks, bro. Our team struggled against Widow? Yeah, I realized that a little bit too late into the match. I let her play the I didn't let her play the game the second round. I didn't let her play the game for literally the entire match. And the one moment that I allowed her to play the game where I trusted the team to not get KO'd, she KOs the entire team. And I was like, I only stopped, I was on her for like freaking 8 minutes of the match. I spent 10 seconds off of this character and she obliterates my team. I was so mad. I was not at you guys. I was mad at myself because I was like, I should have just sat on her. I literally had the game in the bag, or we had the game in the bag, and I let her play for 10 seconds, and that was all she needed to KO the team. I was so mad. Cap S tier, of course. I don't know about S tier. I don't think many games should have a lot of S tier characters. S tier is like special. You can't put S. People put things in S tier that like for free. Nah, bro. S tier is meant for the gods and the goddesses. They're not meant for just regular Joe Blows. It wasn't your fault. No, it was. Maybe the whole entire match wasn't my fault, but that last moment we lost was my fault. I might not be able to control everything that happens, but I understand what I can control, and that moment was the reason why we lost that game. I was so furious. I was mad our Gambit ulted incorrectly. I actually watched the replay back to see what happened, but Widow should have been able to play. I should have been on her at that last point. Okay, so Captain. Y'all know that I play a lot of Captain. Y'all know I love playing this character. He's so useless though. There's two like sides to the story. There's two arguments to be made here. So Cap is actually good at what he does in terms of team play. If you're on comms and you're like, hey, I'm doing XYZ, um, then go ahead. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm doing ABC. You guys do XYZ. You know what I mean? Then it works. But it's not Cap that's good. It's the team following up with Cap, which then makes any character that needs follow-up communicate with their team good. What's the difference between Cap saying, hey, team, I'm doing this versus the Thing or the Hulk or Angela? Like, it does it. Okay. So that's a whole different side. But we're talking about without that. Cap is very team reliant. And if you've ever played Cap, and I mean more than a couple of matches when you need to, he's very niche. When he has bad games, like bad situations, the character can't function properly. And that's the problem. This is like one of the only few characters that I see in this game that is actually team reliant. Like, he cannot play the game without all the cards in his favor. So what I mean by this is that there's a lot of one-shot potential being played, and there's a lot of crowd control being played. Okay? This dude is weak to both. If he is CC'd, he will be one-shot. I think a lot of characters will be one-shot, actually. But the thing is, he can't sit down and play for a while. If they're that good and they can aim really well, or you have things like Scarlet Witch with the team up, or you have things like a lot of AoE damage like Phoenix, or, you know, if you have all that stuff going on, he can't just sit and fight like the Hulk or like the Thing. There's no sustainability with this character is what I'm trying to say. It's more of a, I do this, please, for the love of God, do something, guys. Otherwise, this is going to be in vain. Now, he can secure KOs, don't get me wrong, but it's very few far in between. And when you have characters like Invisible Woman, or like Rocket, or Jeff, like, he can't really do anything to these characters unless they just sit there. The higher you go, the less value this character has, which is why he's not really played that often. And a lot of players that play him are stuck in Celestial, if not Grandmaster, but it's usually about mid Celestial. They don't climb higher than that. I'm one of the only few Caps that manage to, and there's people in Eternity and One Above All that do play Cap, but they don't like play as much as I do, right? They play other stuff. I can play other stuff too if I'm banned out, but I just choose not to. The Cap players that choose not to play anything else when they start struggling, those Caps generally get stuck in Celestial. I'm one of the only few that will stick to the character, continue to play them, and actually still manage to get to Eternity and still manage to be effective and stuff like that. But it's just so team reliant. How he engages is team reliant. His ult is team reliant. Y'all don't know how frustrated I get when I use my ultimate and my Cloak and Dagger, or my Invisible Woman, or my Rocket. Guys, I'm trying to tell you, I'm about 3 more ults from just being permabanned. Like, for real. It makes me so mad when I do that, because it's like y'all don't understand what it does. Y'all are Eternity and One Above All players, and y'all don't understand how Cap ult works, bro. Or they'll run away from it. They'll run away from Cap ult. They're getting chased by like Spider-Man, and instead of running, I have to like run to them, and then I give them the ult, and then they can run with me, but they just go the opposite. What are y'all doing? Regardless, those are Cap main issues. What I'm saying is, the way that he works, your team needs to be on board. He has no self-sufficiency when it comes to fighting. Like Hulk, when he goes in, he can bubble him. He can fight, bubble. He could be there for a while. You know what I mean? Cap can't. Okay, you sit this guy down, he's done. And then when it comes to his ult usage, again, he'll just use Hulk or the Thing or something. Like they have impactful ults. Unless people know what you're doing and why, they don't understand. They won't play with them properly, and the dude just flat out sucks. So, you guys said he was reliable. He's corn flippy, in my opinion. He runs the lobby if you allow him to run around and nobody knows how to take care of Cap, or he doesn't. There's no in between. Either the cap on your team is going to be godlike or is going to be horrible. There's not a, oh, my cap did great even though he didn't really. No, you either have a good captain or a bad captain, and it's not even down to him. It's down to the enemy team and your team. It's really just no control over the match. I love him and I'll continue to play him. I don't care. And this is why I said tier lists don't matter. Play what you want to play. But that is the thing about him that makes him a problem. He's very, very team reliant. If you are on comms, if you are in stack, this list would be different. But we're talking about if you're solo, if you're duo, if you're just climbing by yourself, and maybe you don't even want to use comms. When I climb, I don't use comms, but maybe that's your prerogative. You want to use them, whatever. If you're not using them, he's not going to get a lot of value unless your team sees what he's doing and is like, oh, I get it. Okay. And then they follow up like that. Next, Cloak and Dagger. This character just got buffed. She got two blinds and 2 curtains, whatever. What do you guys think she should be? What do you guys think? The argument for this character being quote unquote bad is the fact that her ult is predictable. Or not even that it's predictable, but it is. But she gets KO'd in ult. So that's like, well, she's bad because she's KO'd. The Cloak and Dagger players just suck, man. That doesn't even make sense. Like, when I see Cloak and Dagger players run straight into Iron Man and then they get one shot, or Mag, it's not a Cloak and Dagger issue. It's the person piloting the character. Okay? The character is not why you're getting one banged in ultimates. It is because you don't path properly, man. So that argument I always just throw out the window because it doesn't really make much sense, in my opinion. I see a few B's. So we're thinking reliable. She is pretty reliable. I do think that a good Cloak and Dagger player can run the lobby, but it does change once you get to high ranks. Not even high ranks. Once you get to like diamond, I don't think you can pull off the run the lobby anymore. Like if you guys remember, or maybe you guys are there. If you guys know like bronze, silver, gold, plat, like Cloak and Dagger just ults, right? And then she'll like KO like 2 or 3 people. And it's like, okay. Because they don't respect the ult. They don't like move. They don't KO her out of it. They don't do anything. She's just like frontlining. Like it's not. But when you get to a high enough rank, they try to do the same thing. And they're just sitting there frontlining into 6 players and she gets 1 banged. And she's like, what happened? It's like, I don't know. You tried to take in front of 6 players? Like, I don't know what you expect. I'm not even gonna speak much on this. I think she's a pretty solid character. Don't get me wrong. And I still think she's actually a staple for a lot of matches. Realistically, her ult is very, very potent, and the fact that she can fight people is really, really good too. And now that she has those 2 charges is good. But what I think it does is it baits Cloak and Dagger players into using 2 curtains or 2 blinds, and then they are screwed. But for the most part, I think the kit is pretty solid. I don't think she runs lobbies once she gets to higher rank, but I do think she's very reliable. You guys hit the nail on the head with that one. Doctor Strange. What are y'all thinking? Bro, keep in mind the team up that he has this season. Just dial that one in real quick. Bro, we did patch notes. We explained how that team up was dumb. We're like, bro. Like, dog. Oh, and then he got that little like flight mechanic. Dog. Bro, this guy can one bang you out of a support ult. Dog. How many times is Invisible Woman being played a match? How many times is this character being played every single match, bro? Nah. I see some B's. I see some A's. Steven said if they hit their eye, they'll be S, but I always miss. I play Strange when I have to. I will play him when I have to. And I don't really like swapping off Cap because I don't like playing other characters. People think that, oh, you know, I like go in a lobby and they might recognize my name and they're like, oh, ban him out. You guys have seen it on stream. Oh, ban him out. He only plays a Cap one. No, I play all the characters. I just don't like them. I like Cap. I don't know why I like garbage characters, but I do. And I like playing this character. Would climbing be a lot easier without playing? Yes, but I like it. Strange when I play this character, I'm just like, why don't I play you? He's actually so OP. He is so OP right now. Like, this character is bust. Now, we are factoring in the team up. Okay, if this was the other list where we don't factor in the team up, different story. But we have to factor in the team up. Remember, this is a no BS tier list. We don't have those niche situations. This dude's team up puts this guy so over the top. It's actually ridiculous. And I'm gonna put him at S. It's actually so ridiculous how strong this character is. If you main Strange and you're not at least like if you started maining Strange on the second half and you're not at least Grandmaster, book a review, book a coaching session. Some main right. If you one trick Strange, you should hit Celestial. This character right now is probably one of the most busted tanks in the game. He is so OP. The only thing that makes this guy like not OP, and Steven pretty much hit that nail on the head here. If the Strange can't ult, the guy sucks. But that's like player pilot. That's not the design of the character. That's not that's not a weakness. That's the player just isn't landing ultimate. If you've ever played with a Strange, if you are the Strange, if you played against the Strange, and y'all see this dude land ults back to back to back on the supports, mid ults, and he one bangs them out of it? Oh nah. Oh nah. Oh nah. He shouldn't be allowed to do that. That's illegal. That's against the law. Ain't no way this dude should be able to one bang a strat out of an ultimate just because he. No. I think he actually, if you're 275, I think he leaves you at like a smidge of HP, but all your teammate needs to do is sneeze on him and they're KO'd. So, I mean, nah. Actually, redonkulous character. What about Groot? What are you guys thinking? Why does the shield tank need more CC? But yes, that's what I'm saying. That CC from his Strange is broken right now. Lauren, justify why you said he's B, please. What are you diluted with A? I'll accept. But Lauren, B Doctor Strange? B? Where did that logic come from? All right, Lauren, explain yourself. And if I see, well, in my games, Strange doesn't really don't give me that. Don't give me that, Lauren. I don't want to see that type. He struggles against certain heroes. Yeah, but is a struggle a character design where you can fix it with buffs or nerfs, or is a struggle player piloting? I guess that one's kind of a fine line, huh? Because it could kind of be both. With Groot, okay. Y'all know with my past tier list, it was always just because people don't know how to play against this character. Once that skin came out, I've actually spent quite a few hours on Groot because I like that skin. NetEase, bro, if you ever want me to advocate for any of your characters, just drop a skin that is great. I will buy the skin. I will play the character for countless hours, ruin it all my lobbies, but I will play the character. So, just a suggestion. But I played a lot of Groot when that skin came out. And Groot is one of those characters that are easily countered if you know how he works. And like 99.9% of the player base don't understand how he works. So, like, the character just kind of gets away with it because people don't know what to do. Cloudy, what's up? Good to see you. Hello, hello. Salsa Savage, hello. Why is Strange at 7? You gotta rewind the live. He's busted though. So here, let me just kind of walk through kind of what you do. So with this brown wall, obviously that's the CC immunity, that's his bonus HP. Break the wall. The cooldown is like 12 seconds. It's very long. For the green wall, shoot the wall. A lot of people are saying, well, he's strong because he can ult, which his ult is pretty nuts. Bro, this guy can fire an ult on the wall, and then it's wild. But the ult itself doesn't actually do that much damage, just the wall. He can ult an entire team, and what does the team do? Doctor Strange shields, invisible ults, everybody tries to block the Groot. Bruh, if y'all don't just turn around at 6 and break the wall real quick, he does no damage. So when you have a team that understands this, the character actually just is horrible because he is counter. He is only strong when people don't know what to do against the character. He is not necessarily strong because the character itself is strong. And that, I think, is where it separates between being good or being good because the enemy sucks type of situation. You know what I mean? And if you struggle against Groot, I'm not saying you suck. This is just generally speaking. He's one of those characters that are a knowledge check characters. These characters are designed to say, hey, do you know? And if you're like, well then, you'll be in trouble. And the thing about Groot is it's not even just about one character or one player knowing. The entire team has to know. I saw a Rocket. I hate telling you what rank this is because it hurts my soul. It was a 1 above all Rocket. He doesn't main him, obviously, but like, bruh, you're 1 above all. I feel like DPS players that climb just aren't real people. I don't know. Anyway, 1 above all Rocket. Groot puts walls up. This guy's far back, which is all right, cool. But he's like shooting, and he puts the walls up or whatever. Team gets KO'd, and then someone's like, where's my heals? And then Rocket's like, shoot the walls. Bro, if you watch the replay, there was something that Rocket could stand up that was high enough to shoot down. That's what I mean. Like, players honestly do not understand what to do sometimes. And it's not even a rank thing. I don't know why a lot of the players in this game just don't have that critical problem solving skill. It's like, there's a problem. Let me blame something. But why don't you just fix the problem? But if you're on a team that understands how to play against the Groot is not even an issue. There was a Wolverine player that literally just broke walls. Like, I was playing against him. He broke walls, and then he just grabs me. Right? His teams are doing, I don't know what, struggling, but then he grabs me. We ended up winning because, eventually I caught on to the trick, and I would just take the wall down when he does that and reposition myself with the wall back. But you know how hard it was to do that? So, bottom line, I don't want to put him at A. This is a no BS tier list. This is a no BS tier list, chat. I'm going to put him at A. Not necessarily because the character, but because the player base. If we could get at least one more year under our belt, maybe, just maybe, he won't be an issue. But at this point in time, the player base just isn't good enough to deal with this character as a whole. It's a lot of ego going around. Instead of saying, how do we fix something, we just point fingers. And until we can kind of get out of that mindset and figure out how we solve the problem rather than how we point the fingers, I think we'll be good. People think that Marvel Rivals is like the most toxic game out there. It's not. It's just as toxic as every other game. The only difference is that the toxicity for Marvel Rivals turns into blame, whereas the toxicity for other games generally is how do we fix this problem? It's not necessarily, it's your fault all the time. It's more of like, you suck, bro. You're horrible. And then the team still tries to figure out what to do to win. In this game, you suck, bro. You're horrible. And then they just AFK, or they don't even try to fix the problem. They just keep bashing their head against the wall. I'm going to put them there only because of that. But as time progresses, as characters drop, as people get better, he's not going to be there anymore, and they're going to probably have to redo the character or give him even more. They already started noticing this before they added the Unstoppable. A lot of players could just deal with Groot. It wasn't that much of an issue. So they said, oh, we need to give him Unstoppable to help make him better, which did work. And then they made it so that he has more range, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that they gave him a little bit more range too. So like they're aware that as players get better, as they drop more heroes, the characters start being a little bit underwhelming design-wise, because there's not really a lot of wiggle room with what you do with the character, in my opinion. Hawkeye. Bro, where y'all think? Where y'all think? Bro. Keep in mind, we are rating these off of people who play the character. We're not saying that, oh, if you were a first-time Hawkeye, how strong is Hawkeye? No, they're lording out on this list. If you decide to one-trick any of these characters, this is where they're going to be. If there is a one-trick Hawkeye in your lobby, that is the strength that we are rating today. We are not rating the character as in, my little sister want to play some Marvel Rivals. Here's something. No. This fool got about 3,000 hours on this character. Where is Hawkeye going? Where is Hawkeye going? We got some bees? We have some bees? Are y'all crazy? Chat, you guys need to take a sanity test. Are y'all crazy? Why bee? Wait. What is the logic? What is the logic of B? Wait a second. Wait a second. What? Let me see if I can. I might start doing, this is going to be such a bootleg get over way to do this, but I might actually implement it. Let me know if you guys like it. This is going to be like a really, really bootleg way of doing it, because I do realize that there are people on Twitch and YouTube that don't know who I'm talking to most of the time. So this would be a very, very, very bootleg version of it, but let me know if you guys want it. Oh, never mind. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I can do it. I'll figure it out. But what I was going to do is I was going to put the chat onto screen and let you guys see it. Actually, I have one more idea. Hold up. Excuse me. The reason I don't do this is because I don't want to have something in the chat that is also in the stream that I don't approve of, right? Because I do stream on YouTube, not just Twitch, and YouTube's rules are a little bit more strict. I don't want to be in a situation where something is up, and yeah. So, but for the sake of this argument here, because y'all trolling right now, for the sake of this argument, is that good? Can you guys see? It's a bootleg version, but if you guys actually like this, maybe I'll implement it on all of my streams, and I'll make it better, and we'll have an actual like layout. But this is just a test. See if you guys like it. Because I realize I don't have it, and I always talk to both of you guys, and some of you guys are like, who are you talking to? And it's like, bro, this is only YouTube. Twitch, I still see you, but there's not a lot of there's more chatters on YouTube than Twitch, so I know that you guys watching, you know, you guys might be like, what? But anyway, y'all crazy. Y'all think this dude is B? Y'all think this dude is B? Bro, chat, y'all are B. How about that? Y'all are B. For buns. No. B, bro? No. 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 Negative. If the dude... What is this guy's win rate? I'm not really someone who looks at win rates, but I'm genuinely curious. This guy can't have a low win rate. There ain't no way. We're gonna figure this out today. This dude's win rate's 52, chat. What about on console? 51. Almost 52. Y'all telling me this guy is B tier? Bro. Reliable? No. This character is A. This dude runs. If we were doing the tier list that separates the ranks, different story. But remember, we're combining all ranks. Hawkeye's broken. But he's like, Hawkeye's one of those brokens where he's like okay to be broken. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some characters that are kind of like okay to be broken. Hawkeye is one of those like, you're broken, but you're acceptably broken. Like we accept this. It's not like, well, they need to hit this guy with a nerve hammer like 10 times. It's more like we can tell when he's just a little bit too much, but we expect Hawkeye to be Hawkeye. You know what I mean? I think he runs lobbies. I think he's A. I think he's A, chat. I don't know. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. I see where you guys getting at, but I can't do it. In good faith of all Captain America players in the world, this dude is a human in a superhero game. That already makes him A. Let's be honest. Just no powers at all. Just already A. Somebody's going to be like, Hawkeye actually has powers. Does he, though? I'm actually curious. Let me know. I'm pretty sure he's human, though. But I would love to know if there's some other universe where the dude actually has some powers. Next, we have Hela. Hela... I always say I don't talk about Hela and Hawkeye too much differently because they're kind of the same heroes. You know what I mean? They're not actually different. The only difference, I guess, is he has charge time and she doesn't. But they kind of just do the same thing. So yeah, we're just gonna slot her early and move it on. I agree with you guys. Next we have Hulk. Lauren is our resident NA #1 Hulk on the server. Lauren would have more input. Where does the Hulk go, Lauren? Where does he go? Hawkeye is A, I don't care. He cheating this ban every time because he can one-shot me. I'm on PC. No, he one-shots on console too. Hawkeye is broken. Namor kind of claps him. True. Namor is really, we're going to get to him. Namor is a problem. Namor is a problem right now. Biased or unbiased? All right, unbiased. Unbiased. Where is the Hulk unbiased? I already pretty much have a slot for this character. Because there's two directions that actually runs with this. There's two directions. And it really depends on the player. And there's two types of Hulks, bro. There's like lore accurate Hulks, and then there's Marvel rival Hulks. All right. You rarely see lore accurate Hulks, but when you do, it is some of the most insane gameplay I think I've ever seen in my life. But you don't see it that often. You usually see the Marvel Rival version. And that's what has me torn. Because Hulks will dominate a lobby. If you truly are a Hulk main, and what really separates it is the usage of their ult. If you know how to team wipe with Hulk ult, which is a lot of skill, like that takes skill. Base form Hulk, passable, but you got to be godlike with his ult. If you know how to wipe teams with his ult, he's gnarly. That being said, that takes a lot of skill. It's so hard to play the is it called Mega Hulk? Monster Hulk. It is so hard to play Monster Hulk effectively. And I'm not even talking about just team fighting. To secure KOs, it takes a lot. You need to know how to juggle. You need to know how to air swat. You need to know how to combo. All that is what runs the lobby. However, again, most Hulk players... What's up, Nash? Good to see you. I don't even know if you said anything. Also, what's up, Murray? Most Hulk players don't know how to do any of that. So I'm going to put him at B, just like Lauren said. However, if you get that good, if you can juggle, like if you play Overwatch, y'all know Winston can juggle, right? If you could get to that level where you know how to bop, 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 like dunk on them, like LeBron James, that character is busted. Like, I wish I could do that. It's like a Spider-Man thing with me. It's like, I wish my fingers and my brains can pull that off. But my brain is so stuck in the analytical spectrum, my fingers only do that. They don't know how to say, you know what, forget analytics, bro. Let's go crazy. No. Still thinking about everything. So I play that way. But yeah, I've seen some great Hulks, and it's very rare. But if you get to that level, Hulk is ridiculously OP. Ridiculously OP, but he's fair. He's a fair OP. He's kind of like Hawkeye. It's like you're fair. You're OP, but you're fair. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I like. Next, we have Iron Fist. Chat. I'm not gonna be biased this time. I'm not gonna be biased. Am I ever biased? I don't think I'm ever really biased on this channel. I don't think I have grievances. I don't think there's one moment where I said, I don't think this character is XYZ because XYZ. You know, I'm saved. You know what I mean? I love Jesus. There's nothing. I'm not biased at all. No. Bro, Iron Fist is stupid. Bro, Iron Fist is stupid. Like, he's actually just stupid. I will say that there are two versions of this character too, where you have the normal Iron Fist, and then you just have the why are you even in the game? The higher you go, the more stupid of this character that you see. And look, I understand. You know, a lot of you guys may not aspire to climb anywhere higher than like Grandmaster Celestial. You know, I get you. It's stressful. It's annoying. Maybe some people even stop at Diamond, maybe even Gold. I get you. It's irritating. But as you go, these characters start to be played by some of the best players. And some of the best players know how to abuse every little aspect of these characters. This character with this buff has become one of the most absurd characters in the game. My thing is that his parry cooldown, I think, is a little bit too low. I mean, it's high, but if you hit people, it gets lower. I don't know. His movement, oh my god. I'm trying not to be biased here, because I can't stand this character. And it doesn't matter what role I play. Like, what is this dude's win rate? I'm curious. I'm not going to judge him. I'm just curious of where this guy stands. I cannot stand this character. Okay, he's above 50. Yeah, I was about to say, no way. I think the quality of Iron Fist, though, is way higher in higher ranks than in the lower ranks. So, there's probably some bias there. But I think that just because a character is bad in a lower rank doesn't mean good in a high rank, or vice versa, doesn't necessarily make them strong or weak. It doesn't even look like his win rate changes much in lower ranks. Wait a second. Oh, that story's out the window. You guys think B? You guys crazy? Are y'all nuts? Bro, if you decide to one-trick this character, this boy is S. Look, viewers, chat, members, I love all you guys. But I don't love y'all enough to agree. This character is broken. This character is one of the... Delete him. He is stupid. He is dumb. He is one of the dumbest characters in the game. I hate this character. Bro, why are you having auto-lock on melee attacks? Why are you able to fly? Why are you able to CC every 3 hits? Bro, why are you able to execute? Bro, why are you able to parry in all directions? Bro, why are you able to do any of this? Why can you speak Chinese? These are questions that just are not answered properly. And I think that he's broken. Period. There's nothing you could say is changing my mind. And that's not a biased take either. Iron Fist, that's an unbiased take. I think he is broken. I just think the character is just... When I play DPS, I'm going to play Iron Fist just because I want to frustrate people as much as he frustrates me. I'm one of those guys, okay? I won't play you because you're strong. I'll play you because you annoy people. I play Captain. Oh, best believe when I decide to play DPS again, he gonna be on the roster because I'm gonna irritate the entire lobby. They're so OP. So OP. It's actually ridiculous. Next we have Iron Man. Sorry, I get on a little bit of a tangent. Yes, exactly. A win turns into a loss because Iron Fist and Magik shows up. Bro, I'm telling you, I hate that character. He's actually just dumb. He is dumb. Bro, one bangs strats. Bro, one bangs tanks. What can't this guy do? What can't he do? Next we have Iron Man. Iron Man is actually kind of... He isn't bad. It's just there's a lot more hit scan being played. And I don't even think necessarily you need to only play hit scan. Even projectile-based characters can deal with them at this point because he's a very slow hero. There's also a lot of melee heroes that can deal with them. Cap, Hulk, Iron Fist, Panther can even do it. Spider definitely. Like, that's literally it. It's just that players got better. It's not necessarily like Iron Man is weak. Players are just good at this point. And I think that drops his value down by a large margin because players are just better. And is it really I don't think there's really a because if he works, he's really OP. Like, if you guys have been in a match where nobody takes out Iron Man, bro, the character is just ridiculous, right? But then you have matches where they do take out Iron Man, and it's like the character just kind of sucks. Like, I play Punisher. Y'all know I don't really... I want to play Punisher, but I don't. But on my main, sometimes I'll see Iron Man. I'm like, all right, I'll play Punisher. Bro, especially because he has like 40 shots now, you only need to land like 5. So you're just holding it. And you just track him. And then he just can't do anything. Like, what do you do? Or I'll play Ultron and I'll just space him out and take him. Like, there's a lot of ways to deal with the character. And more often than not, people are understanding of how to deal with the Iron Man. You guys say C. I think definitely... I think definitely agree. He either works or he doesn't. It's not necessarily he's bad. It's just like if the enemy team shoots you, you're done. If they don't, you're not. And I think a lot of the characters being played right now are the Iron Fists, are the Spider-Mans, are the Namors, are the Psylocks, the Magics. You know, Scarlet Witch is now being played a lot more. I see, especially on console, when people are playing at 30 FPS on Xbox or PS4. She's played a lot. And then on PC, I think she's getting played more as well. Let me check. I think PC, I'm starting to see a lot more Scarlet Witch players too. People thought she was bad. I never really said she was bad. I don't really know why people thought she was bad. It's because she's simple? I mean, what's wrong with being simple? Yeah, she's played a lot more on PC as well. So with like all these characters being played, he's just not getting away with a lot of what he got away with before. So yeah, I think that's pretty solid. All right, next we have Jeff. The amount of games that I see someone lock in Jeff on Convoy or Convergence, we lose 3 points. Round 2, we decide to play our Lord Invisible Woman, Loki, Cloak and Dagger. And we then have to play 5 extra rounds to win. Like, that's what gets me. You know he's not working. You have other heroes, and you still play him. Like, what are you doing, bro? I don't understand you. And honestly, people are like, oh, well, Jeff is good. Jeff has this. Jeff works when the team carries you. Okay? Jeff does not work because Jeff is good. Jeff works because the team carries him. His character sucks. I hate this character. Y'all like, he's cute though. I don't care. Okay? I'll kick him in his teeth. I don't like this character. I don't ever say anything to my Jeff players when they lock him in. Because I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy that's gonna see you pick a character and be like, no Jeff, or I'm playing Black Widow. No, I don't care who you play. I care if it does not work and we're losing because of you. That is what makes me angry. And when I see this character and they do not swap and they sit there, I hate it. Now you could say, well, popping in threes, we're talking 2-2-2 here. All right. This character sucks. And a lot of the reason of why he sucks is because nobody knows what they're doing. And even if they do know what they're doing, he still sucks. Like, what is this guy's win rate? It was 40 something last time we checked. It's still 48. This guy barely wins matches, bro. If he's in your lobby, you have a statistically lower chance of winning the game. I don't want to hear, but no. Character is garbage. I hate this character so much. He makes me so mad. I hate him. Like, the amount of times that I ult as Cap and then I hear rah, rah, or whatever, and he eats me. He doesn't spit me out, chat. He drags me. I had Cap ult for 8 seconds. You're taking me for a freaking train ride for 6 of them. And then you spit me out 3 miles away from the team fight. Bro, pop in, breathe. Why are you getting upset? Look at his face. Okay. I actually just get like, I lose it with this character, bro. I get so frustrated on the inside. It's not healthy. Like, I get so mad at this character. I get so mad at this character. He is not good. That being said, I like his little bubbles. No, I'm not gonna lie. Little bubbles, them things clutch. Them things uber clutch. I like them. But everything else about the character is just again, he works because he's carried. He doesn't work because he's good. I've never seen a Jeff work because he's good. He works because he's carried. And the way that the game is designed, he is not able to fit it. They need to give him something else. There's like 3,000 characters that'll one-bang this character when he eats. Bro, we're in season 6.5, almost 7. We have played a year of Marvel Rivals. If this character manages to eat an entire team, they deserve to lose. If this character manages to eat and survive, they deserve to lose. Very rarely does this character, especially at higher ranks, can ult and survive. So essentially, you have a character on your team that never can ult. And if they do ult, 9 times out of 10, they're KO'd or they screw up a teammate. Bro, I don't. Again, they are either carried or they lose. There's no other way about it. If you need to rely on a sixth player and they're Jeff, you're probably gonna lose. They're probably gonna lose. What do they need to give him to actually make him useful? Honestly, okay, Jeff mains. If you main anything, if you main anything, you guys know none of your characters are adverse to scrutiny. Bro, I'm gonna scrutinize every single character in this game, even mine. Y'all know this. So Jeff mains, close your ears. If they give him 275 HP and reduce the dive meter, or remove it entirely and give him charges, he wouldn't be as squishy, and he wouldn't get one banged by everything. He would also need to have a reliable way to heal his team. There are way too many maps and way too many corners and there's only a few maps where he works because it's a very narrow sightline, right? I also think that all right, let me not overdo it. The real problem with Jeff right now is he gets KO'd in his ult. And he gets KO'd in his ult and he doesn't heal enough. Like seriously, those are literally the only two things wrong with Jeff. He heals a lot if you just sit there, but 9 times out of 10, you're not sitting there. 9 times out of 10, your team is around cover. 9 times out of 10, you have someone over there, someone over there, someone over there, someone over there. How are you healing all 4 of them? You can't. Your bubbles are useless. And a lot of people just walk over the bubbles anyway. So, it's not just your fault, Jeff. I understand. Your teammates suck too, which is why they keep walking over your bubbles even though they're full HP. I don't know. And then his little pushback thing is kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. Boy could juggle. But, how often do you see that? I don't know. There's a time and place for Jeff. And very rarely is there a time and place for Jeff. If there's 365 days, he's leap year. There ain't no way that this guy is just, I don't know, man. The thing is, too, not all Jeffs are bad. I see some Jeffs genuinely trying to be a good Jeff. I see some Jeffs genuinely try, okay? So it's not that, Poppin', you just have bad Jeff. No, I've seen some good Jeffs. But the character just don't work sometimes. It's not Jeff's fault. It's literally he's designed to not work. You cannot blame the player for the character just not functioning. It's just, they try. They ult properly. They ult to save, right? They ult to give you an overshield and spit you out. They ult with the little pool next to you so you can use it. All of that sucks though. It's way too much to he's a hindrance. He's more of a hindrance than he is anything else. And I think that's the issue with him. And honestly, yo, chat. Honestly, hold up. Am I GOAT for this or not? Remove the damage from his water gun. Hear me out. And give it more healing. Okay? I think he used to have that too, right? For his bubble shot, keep it how it is, but instead of 3, give him 5. I think he gets 3, right? Give him 5. You can back people up. You know what I'm saying? And then for the bubbles, don't make it so that he can use it on himself. Allow him to get a speed boost, but he can't heal himself. but his teammates get a speed boost, an amplification, and more healing. And then obviously, you know, when he goes under, give him a little bit more healing to compensate if you really want to, because he can't heal off his bubbles. You know, shift it. Because honestly, a lot of Jeff players ain't bubbling themselves and walking around. They bubble and dive. So if you give them the offset amount of healing that they would have gotten by bubbling themselves, you know, that's good enough, I think, for me. That way, oh yeah, and then when his ultimate, I think that he needs to have a pool where he eats. And based off how many people he eats, that pool gives an overshield, or that pool lasts longer, or that pool gives more healing. But reward Jeff for eating multiple people. He doesn't, like, when you eat, you give an overshield and you heal your team. Give the amplified healing that he puts when he's eating you and the overshield in the pool where he eats. He literally makes a water circle. Make that his AoE healing. So when he eats people, he could spit them back out on the water field, and he's rewarded for lining up trying to eat. So there's counterplay from the enemy, because it's like, well, if we don't get eaten, he has less healing. But it's also giving Jeff the skill check of how many people can I get in this ult. And it also means that if he chooses to ult 3 years away to get a strat out of the game, well, guess what? He doesn't get the pool. So it makes it so that Jeff is more team focused rather than just, I'm playing Jeff. I think that's my issue. It's like he's so selfish, and players are so selfish with him, that very rarely does he do anything. And even when they try, his kit is not designed to do anything. I don't know. But I feel like we should do that. Or we should just delete him from the game. That's funny. That's hilarious. Hosley, what's up? Jeff can only be played on February 9th. Yeah, only if you're... Okay, that was long. This is how much I don't like Jeff. So we're going to be putting Jeff into... I don't think any character... Goodness gracious, Jeff, you... Alright. I don't think any character is not worth it. But... we're going to do that. Realistically, I don't think any character is not worth it. Play what you want, have fun. But like, why? Like, why? I don't think I've met... Why? I do see some flank Jeffs from time to time. And again, it really only works... It really only works when... Nah, that's unfair. Let me be fair. Let me be fair. He is C. He's really not, though. He's not, though. He's so bad. Like, the people in C actually work, and this character sucks. His character is not... I'm not putting him in a coin flip. It's not even up to the Jeff if he wins or loses. It's honestly up to his team. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. Allow people to exit Jeff's ultimate. I thought about that, but if you're able to just pop out of Jeff for free, that's broken. Either you're going to have to make them stop, but if players can force this character to stop, then you're trolling Jeff. So that one's kind of hard, I think. I'm trying to be fair to these Jeff players, because most Jeff players, at least the ones that I've seen, they're actually nice people. Like the ones that I'm pretty sure there's some cavemen that play Jeff, but like most of the men and women that I see play Jeff, they're the nicest people. Like they don't want no smoke. Most of it, unless they're troll. But if they're a true one-trick Jeff player, bro, they don't want no smoke. They're nice. They're cool people. So I don't even really... I hate like being that way towards Jeff, because people that play him are some of the nicest. But like, I hate that character. Next, we have Loki. All right. So Loki's been hit with a nerf, but buffed, I think, twice in a row. With Loki, He's starting to get some of his presence back. He's starting to get some of his presence back. What's really giving him his presence back is the triple. I always say when he's in a 2-2-2 comp, he's actually not that great because his cooldowns are way too high. But it's not like you can't pull it off. I just mean that it's way harder to do. And if you're not a Loki player, you can usually tell that he's not really much of an issue. And honestly, if you just bait out the lamp that he has on his head, the rune, what does he do? You know, like there's a lot more counterplay to Loki, and he really only works in threes. Now, I'm not like I play Loki. I don't like to because I like to play Cat, but I play him when I have to, and I don't really have any issues with it in 2-2-2s. But I'm very smart when it comes to my Loki. Like if you guys have seen me on stream play Loki, my Loki gameplay is very like sneaky. Like I'm smooth with a lot of what I try to outthink them. I'm very tricky. But there's a lot of Loki players that aren't like that, and they're turret players. And what I mean by that is they tend to just like set up shop, and should you wreck their shop, they don't really know what to do. Whereas with me, I always have an out. I always have a way to get away. I was like, that's the true Loki gameplay. And if you play like that, he could survive in a 2-2-2 just fine because you're not wasting cooldowns on saving yourself using the rune because you know what you're doing. But most of the Loki players that I see do use they get caught and then they use their rune and they don't have it for what is it, like 20 seconds, 15? It's a very long cooldown. And what do you got? You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna put him at reliable. I don't really think he has much to him. And if he's in a 3-3 or if he's in a triple strat comp, I think he's A. But he's just kind of like he's there. You know, he's there. You know what I mean? Next, we have Luna. Luna is kind of OP, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Luna's kind of busted. Luna's kind of busted, bro. She's overloaded. The only thing that makes her manageable is because she doesn't have an escape. The best she has is escape. But she's really good. She's really good. There's not really much to say. I think she's also reliable. She's not running any lobbies, but I do think that she's a good character for sure. I would put her at A if she managed to do anything to change the tide of a match, but that's not really how she works. She's just a good strat fundamentally, but she'll very rarely is she the reason why you win. She's just a very good team character. You know what I mean? It's like similar to Cap. It's like very rarely are you carrying your team. You're just kind of like enabling them. And that's what she does really well. Next we have Magik. I'm gonna say this. Magik players, you used to be the core source of my blood pressure. No, I'm just saying, once it hit peak, it was you. But in season 6 of 6.5, Iron Fist has taken that crown. Iron Fist has taken that crown, bro. So, I'm sorry, Magik. I hate you too, but I don't hate you to that level. Iron Fist, I got so much hate for Iron Fist that if about 5 more, I'm gonna start a game eventually. But Magik is on the. I'm probably just gonna ban her next match. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna look at your profile and see and ban you out. Iron Fist, I'm probably breaking a monitor or two. No, I am. So with Magik, I think she's still ridiculously OP. Without a doubt. She's one banging. She has cooldowns for 3 years. She has overshields that just doesn't seem to ever go away. Her minion lasts for three years. Like, again, I think the reason she got so OP was because they introduced characters and buffs to deal with her more. But then as she got dealt with, she's in a situation where she's stronger again. And then we just keep doing that. Well, you're weak, let's make you stronger. Well, you're strong, let's introduce something. Now you're weak, well, let's make you stronger. But then you're strong again, let's introduce something. And it just keeps doing that over and over. And Magik is in that scenario where that's what happened. And if you play, she actually has had the highest win rate on DPS for a few seasons now. Her win rate right now is 57%. Bruh. I ain't even gonna. We not even. It was at 55 last season, bro. It was at 55 last season, bro. Oh, nah. Oh, nah, bro. She was already gonna be at S, but I was gonna talk more. I was gonna have a little bit more of a conversation, take y'all to dinner. But nah, after seeing that, we skipping the whole meal. We don't even need to go out. I'll see you next week. Shoot. That's crazy. That's crazy. 57, both platforms. Oh my God. And the amount of, when I speak on Magik and I stream, there's always one person when I talk about her, well, it must be because you play on console, because actually, it's the same on PC. Like, these people have me wanting to freaking jump through my monitor and shake them. Just shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them, bro. I'm trying to tell you. You're actually crazy. This character's busted. Who? Only Iron Fist raises your blood pressure. Not even, there's another character that right now about to send me to the hospital, but cardiac arrest style. But we're going to wait till we get to that character. But bro, I have been, this character? Oh no. But we going to get there. I don't know who signed that up. But me Guang Guang need to speak on a whole nother level. Oh my God. But anyway, next character. Jesus Christ. Are win rates for console, PC, or both? They separate them, so you can pick and choose which one. And the win rates are generally roughly the same for every character on both. They're not really that much of a difference. The character is definitely Elsa. Okay, well, there's two, because Elsa's a problem too. But all right, Magneto. Character's always been the same. With the Gambit team up, it's actually pretty nuts. I've seen a lot of characters just get one banged because he has a Gambit team up. But the problem with Mag is that only at the top levels is Mag actually doing that. If you're not at the top level, then Mag isn't really doing much. So I feel like this character's kind of top level gated. If you guys don't have him in high ranks, you probably are like, he's buttons. And it's true. A lot of players literally, they don't play him right. That's why his win rate's so bad. He's not even a bad character. People just can't play him. And it's not their fault. He's just a hard character to play. And it's not necessarily that he's mechanically difficult, because he's not. But it's just the mentality that you need to have when you play a poke character. Generally, when it's a tank, is a way different mentality than like a brawl or a dive, right? And you need to make sure that you see these windows of opportunities and you take them. And just generally speaking, a lot of players don't do that properly. So I think he's just kind of reliable. If you're insane, he can run the lobby. But generally speaking, he's kind of like the Hulk in the way. It's like you could get to that level of running the lobby, but you might not. You might be thinking, well, what's the difference between Mag and Strange? Well, Strange is easy. You don't need to be godlike. You land an ult, you're good, right? You learn how to use your Maelstrom, and you learn how to flight ults, and you're chilling, and you will one bang almost everybody. And the easiest way to do it is just wait for them to engage. As soon as you see Cloak and Dagger engage or invisible, they're gonna start. The entire team's gonna start running at you, and as soon as they start doing that, they lose focus. I have Agamotto, the entire squad, get the KO. It's pretty easy. But with Mag, it's harder. It's harder to do any of that. So that's why I think he's there. Um, next is Mantis. Many seasons I have said this character is good, but this is the no BS tier list, and we're just factoring in everything. Character sucks. This character is actually so bad. Like, in threes, she's a menace. But in twos, there's so much damage in this game that she can't do anything. Like, there's so much damage in this game. Her heals are nothing. And even if you can land shots, she just really doesn't do that much damage either. It's bad. She's like Adam, bro. It's like either she works or she doesn't. Like she's just like she's not meant. That's why I don't like them allowing. They need another mode. They need another mode that forces 2-2-2 so we can actually have a great game where characters can work without having to be in threes. Balance these characters in this new mode so they can be played in twos. I am so tired of characters being ridiculously OP if you play them in threes, whether it's tank, DPS, or strat, and then if you play them in twos, they're unplayable. Like, why is the game designed like that? And then you have characters that hard lose into three strats, hard lose into three DPS, hard lose into three tanks. It's like, why is this a thing? I don't like this. Okay? Add another mode. But popping. People don't want, I don't care what people want, bro. It's what I want. I'll be the only one playing that. I don't care. I'll be my team and the enemy team, bro. I play against myself. Give me that mode and I'll be super happy. Next is Moon Knight. You know what's funny? I don't think they nerfed him, did they? But he's not as broken anymore. Why is that? Like season 5.5 and then 6, this character was obnoxious. Did they touch him? And I'm trolling? I don't think they actually touched his character. And all of a sudden he's not a problem anymore. Oh, okay. That's all right. Because I was like, am I crazy? Did I just think something was busted and they didn't do anything and all of a sudden he's not? Okay. Okay. I mean, he is strong. Don't get me wrong, but this character used to be so stupid. I didn't realize it was the overshield making it that much of an issue. But I guess it was. Because he's not that much of an issue anymore. He's still a problem. Don't get me wrong. But he's not as much of a problem. But it's probably because a lot of the characters can deal with them now. Whereas before he was kind of untouchable. So I guess that is probably what it was. I still think this dude runs lobbies though. But he's not as strong as he used to be. Namor. Oh god. This character. Namor is one of those characters where it's like, bro, I don't want you in the game because you make my team suck. Like, just you being in the game means my team loses like 4 brain cells, bro. I don't know what happens, but whenever he is there, and then we gotta factor in the Hela team up. But whenever he's in the match, people just like don't know what to do anymore. Like I don't know what it is. He's super strong, but like he's counterable. But no one counters the character. Or this guy just walking around slopping his feet, and somehow he flanks the entire 16 players, right? The entire squad is flanked, and he one banks 2 strats in a matter of 2 seconds. How do we not hear this guy? How do we not see this guy? Where's DPS? What you doing? Like, I hate this character. I hate him because he's one of those characters that require your team to really know what to do. It's like Groot, bro. And if they just leave this dude unchecked, he just plays for free. But he loses out on so much damage if you shoot the freaking squids, bro. Y'all know the cooldown. The cooldown of the squid is literally like 6 seconds, 7 seconds. It's high. If he puts one and he puts another and somebody shoots one, you take one, he is literally weak. That is the only reason why I accept that he's not actually as strong as he really is, because it just requires you to shoot the squids and the bro can't play the game anymore. What do we see though? Back from limbo. Charge! One shot. Ping heals. You need to not be back from limbo, bro. Be back from bronze. Go back. Because I don't know how you got here thinking that you're about to get healed through 2 Namor squids and a headshot to the face, bro. I just don't. And so you have these dive players that magically climb because they go unchecked. And as soon as Namor is picked, guess what, Spider-Man? Black Panther, Magik, Iron Fist, Cap, Hulk, all y'all that did not understand the assignment when you guys climbed because y'all cheated off of your partner every single test. Guess what? It's real life and you just don't know what you're doing anymore. Like, that is the thing that I have with him. I'm one of them too. I'm not gonna lie. I've run into him more about 2 or 3 times and get one shot. Not my fault, bro. He hit crits. Them crits hurt. But I'm gonna put him at run the lobby. He's a really good character. He's a really good character. He basically tells everybody to press pause because the way you deal with Namor is by slowing down, right? And so he's telling everybody to slow down. But once you slow down, I guess that's poke in general. If you guys didn't know that. Usually when you play in the poke, you have to slow down a little bit. You have to really think about your approach because they're poke. They'll blast you before you get close. That's their job. But if you slow down, you'll run them over. But people don't slow down in this game. There is no off button. Next, Penny. Penny is similar to Namor, where it's slowing down. Bro, Penny is actually like... All right. All right. There's 2 types of Penny. Okay, I can't. The reason I'm laughing is because I feel bad for Penny. I feel bad for Penny players because Penny players, they put that nest down, bro. They put that nest down. They think they hot stuff. They webbing, putting up mines, spider bots. Bro, you break that nest. These Penny players turn into helpless little babies. They're like, oh, what do I do? My nest is gone. Somebody save me. Bro, heaven forbid Bucky pulls a Penny. Heaven forbid Bucky pulls a Penny. It is the funniest thing you'll ever see. The way that the Penny player acts when they get pulled by Bucky is the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in this game. It is actually so funny how hard they panic. They panic so hard. Just be the Bucky player or like actually watch him. It is the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in this game. They panic so hard. They panic so hard, bro. It's actually hilarious. And I think with Wolverine, it's not as bad because Wolverine is kind of like a slow it's like a slow you're in trouble, right? Like if you're a tank and you get grabbed by Wolverine, you got about 2 to 3 seconds to realize you cooked. Like you got a few seconds to accept death. Jesus, thank you for everything you I appreciate it. Goodbye. But with the Bucky, this guy's snatching your weave out. This guy's got. Oh my god. The thing is, he doesn't only grab you. This guy shoves you in a white van, bro. This guy kidnaps you. He is saying, "Get over here." Also, say bye to your team later. Bucky is the most effed up character in this game. Oh my god. It's like you're watching a killer movie. And whoever gets pulled by Bucky, you're just like, please survive, because I don't really know what to do for you. And if he shoves you behind the wall and you lose line of sight of your entire team, it's, oh my god. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be talking about Penny. Oh, goodness gracious. I can't even breathe. I at least lost like 20 calories off of that. Oh man. Hold up. Be right back real quick. Oh, Jesus. Let me get a little bit of napkin. Oh man. That was too much, man. But yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. When she gets pulled or when her nest gets destroyed, she's literally not even a character anymore. So like it's like she's super bad when people know what to do, and then she's super good when they don't. And that's why her win rate is high. But honestly, if you just let people destroy the nest first and then just all move in afterwards, she's so bad. And I know that's her design, so I'm not really sure how they would fix that. Because is that like do you guys think it's actually like a problem? That's her design, right? So like how would you fix? She's not supposed to be good at fighting you without it. That's her design. So in what world is it where it's a problem? But I don't know. Because it's not like she's not effective. She's genuinely effective sometimes. It's just, it's only certain spots on the map where she is effective. And then if she is and you destroy the nest, then she's not. So I don't really know if that's a flaw or if that's just a design and like she's not supposed to be. I don't know. That one's a weird one. But yeah, I do think she's coin flip. Really just depends on if the enemy teams know what to do. If they destroy her nest, she doesn't really do anything. If they don't, and she can play around it. Because I've played Penny before as well. I played her before. She's one of my main tanks that I don't whip out that often, but she was my main tank for a while. The way that I play Penny is very creative, right? But there's only not a lot of Penny players play like that. Most Penny players play, unless you're a true, like I'm talking hours on hours of Penny, you know how to play it. But we're speaking general here. And you're not getting to that level of Penny until you invest your soul into this character. And I don't think it's worth it. Unless you really, really like her. Because you could play without the nest, right? You're supposed to put the mines on your webs and then use kind of the nest as well, right? So you're not cooked once the nest is gone and you still kind of have some wiggle room on your nest. But again, you don't really see it that often. And the window to reset up after your setup gets taken out, basically, it's just way too many. You know how long it takes you to set up? Like literally as a Penny walks out, how long do they set up? Y'all know. When you guys are playing Penny or you guys see them play Penny, they walk out, they set up for like 5 to 10 seconds. Bro, if you could destroy everything in 1 second, it takes her 5 to 10 seconds to set up again. The fight's over. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like where it is. The ult's trash. I really like the ultimate, but it only does well if it's connected with the nest. Again, everything is literally nest related. And again, I don't know if that's a downfall or not. Psylocke. Character is freaking broke, bro. I hate this character. But what do you guys think? I'm being biased. I know I am, but this character is busted. I think that maybe she's not too bad if she's contested, but I just feel like a lot of players don't contest her. So she just does whatever she wants. And then she just comes in with her ultimate and then she just auto wins, or she just auto wins the team fight. Like, you don't even have to play Psylocke properly. Play Psylocke like Star-Lord. Just farm ult. Oh, that's really all you gotta do. That's really all you gotta do. You guys think A? Lauren says B. Lauren, you're being biased. We know you play. We know you play Psylocke. Fedor says B too. Okay, reliable. Remember, we're not rating the character with 0 experience. We're rating the character off of hours and hours and hours put in. What's your value getting back? So if you were like, well, if my friend played and they don't play Marvel Rivals, it'd be a way different Psylocke than if someone were animated icon type look. You know what I mean? Haven't played it a hot minute. That doesn't matter, Lauren. You're still biased. The moment she doesn't seem as strong as the current meta, A or B. There's not a lot of Psylocke players. So this is something that happens in all games, is that typically people don't associate strong unless they see it often. And so that's kind of where it might be getting to, where you don't really see it that much, therefore they're not strong. However, if you see them all the time, then it feels like they're way stronger and more impressive because you see them every game. I think that although you don't see Psylocke that much, I still think that she's very, very, very strong. And again, it takes time. It takes effort to be that strong. And it's not a character that's just straight out the gate busted. But she could do a lot. I think Psylocke's neutral is pretty weak. She's usually just an ult merchant. She could get kills in neutral, but if she's ever in the backline, it's just poking and being annoying. That's one version of Psylocke, but the other version will decimate a backline. That one's hard. Because, yeah, there's those two. It's literally the same as Hulk. It's like you have the one that knows what they're doing to a T so that they wipe teams, and then you have one where it's like, well, you just play Hulk. Psylocke's kind of under that same thing. It's like you have the Psylocke that ult bots, or you have the Psylocke that Psylocks. If you have the Psylocke that Psylocks, she's running the lobby. If you have the Psylocke that ult bots, she's just reliable. So it's kind of in that same category there. I'm going to put those guys in the front because it's literally how it works for both of them. Oh, and Mag. The rest of them, they're just whatever. But those three, they will be A if you're good. A, I don't crash out. Okay. Rocket. I mean, I'm not going to talk much about this character. What's up, American? Hello. We're just going to put him in reliable. We already know this. He's not bad, but he's just not carrying a match. Scarlet Witch. With the team up, she's pretty nasty. Even without the team up, she's pretty nasty. It really just depends on how well you use your ultimate. The thing is, I don't really think that she's bad, but I do think that it just depends on how the team deals with you. Because it's like either she works or she doesn't. She lands ults or she doesn't. You know what I mean? It's not really like you do anything else. I've seen some good Scarlet Witch players, don't get me wrong, but they're very few far in between. So what I'm going to say is that if you're really, really good at her, she's reliable. But if you aren't, and you're just, you have hours on her, don't get me wrong, but you're not insane, you're probably, she's going to work or she's not. There's no in between. She's going to work or she's not going to work. And she's very coin flippy. Spider-Man. This one's kind of hard. This is why I hate rating Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's one of those characters that he's only as good as you are. This character is actually uber OP, but people can't play him at that level that often. So you don't really have the uber OP Spider-Man. It's kind of rough. This one's hard. The Spider's always hard because he's just one of those characters where you're gated by how good you are. There is no Spider is weak or not. It's that you are good enough to be strong or you're not good enough and therefore you're weak. You know what I mean? Like he's gated by how good the player is. Uh, this was hard, bro. We see a couple of C's. We see D. Ooh. We see A. Can he get value in high rank? Definitely. Definitely. This character is insane. I've almost played him a few times in high rank, and then I tell myself before locking him in that I can't pull him off here, so why would I do that? But I definitely want to get more into him. You guys are going to see a Spider-Man arc soon, that's for sure. This character is one of the funnest characters in the game. Like, actually one of the funnest characters in the game. I play Spider-Man, but not to the degree of Eternity or One Above All. Not even close. I'm more of like a Diamond Spider-Man. But I want to play more. It's just he takes so much time that I know if I invest that during my climb, I'm going to do rank all the way to Diamond, and I don't want to do that. So we're going to finish our climb first. Well, you guys are being a little bit biased here. You can't really call him a coin flip character based off your experience having him on your team. Because that just means your experience with him is inconsistent, not necessarily the character is a problem. You know what I mean? If your Spider-Man gameplay is consistent, you're not going to be coin flip. So he can't be C because I only know this because I played every character. Like I said, I've spent hours on Spider-Man. I haven't spent enough to actually play where my rank is now because obviously I'd have to dedicate an entire season to this character. But this is why I play these characters. So that way I understand what I'm saying, basically. And then I can teach you guys, of course. With Spider-Man, if you're consistent, he's not coin flip. If you're consistent, he's consistent. He requires a lot of demand. And we're human. We get tired, right? We get exhausted, right? And there's a lot of, all that takes into account. And as you play game after game after game, you start autopiloting. And when you autopilot on Spider-Man and only think about the combos and stuff like that, that's where you become inconsistent. But if you play properly and you think about everything while you're doing everything, this character's pretty insane. This one's hard though. Okay, what we're gonna do, because I can't really rate this character. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add a new tier just for Spider. I think it's only fair. If you're good, you won. You carry. If not, you feed. Valid? Valid? Valid. I think it's valid. I think it's pretty valid, right? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. All right. Next, we have Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. I don't actually see her too much, and when I see her, I feel like she sucks. Previous seasons, I said a lot, but I feel like she sucks. I feel like she's horrible. But I don't know if these are Squirrel Girl players or not. What are y'all experiences? How many new edited tier? Wait, this is not my fault. We're doing the no BS tier list. Just why for Squirrel Girl rather have Wanda? Wait, Squirrel Girl's not that bad. It's just I don't really see her have impact unless she is really, really good. Like really good. She needs a new ability. I'm gonna give her a coin flip because I think I've seen Squirrel Girls. If they could just do whatever they want and just sit there lobbing acorns, I think they just auto win, right? But when that doesn't work, they just don't do anything. So I think it's kind of hit or miss with that one. Next, we have Star-Lord. This character is stupid. This character is so OP. Like, he's so... Why are we giving this guy an overshield just for flipping? And I was excited. But, like, after my novelty wore out a little bit, why are we rewarding this guy for clicking a button? This is version 1.0 of Elsa. And then Elsa came out. Like, what are we doing? What? And he gets his ult so fast. And the worst part about Star-Lord is that your team can be so oblivious to how ult charge works, is that you see a Venom jump in their backline, allow this guy to unload 2 to 3 clips and a spin, and then he leaves. And the Venom be wondering why this fool ults every 2 seconds. Like, it's really, he's a tank skill check. Your tank needs to understand that if you feed this dude ult charge, he is going to wipe your team for free. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And he does a lot of damage. This character's busted. I definitely think he's A. He'd be higher if his ability, if his ult. The thing is, if he could not be counterplayed, it's not even just his ult. You have to pilot him well. And if you pilot him insanely well, he is S. But I think the majority of players just pilot him at bare minimum A. And so that's where I think I'm going to lead him. Oh yeah, I be banning him sometimes. I'm tired of my strats not knowing to save their ult. I even try to ult with Cap, and of course our strats run away. Like, it's not going to save them. And I'm just like, all right, bro. Next we have Storm. She's got a buff recently. It's pretty good. But I think she's really OP with Jeff Nato. I'm not even good. If there's a time where I actually want Jeff on my team, it's when there's Storm. Because that ult is crazy. I would put her at C if we weren't talking about team-ups, but that Jeff Nato, until that's removed, bro, that brings her to a B. That Jeff Nato is insane. I mean, the character's good too, don't get me wrong. It's just she doesn't really do much by herself with all the healing and shielding in this game. And also a lot of ways to destroy her out of her ult. I mean, there's a lot there, but with Jeff Nato, it's really strong. I wouldn't put her at A with Jeff Nato just because we know Jeff screw up a lot, but I think that putting her at B is definitely the best spot there. Next, we have Punisher. So I don't know. Punisher's good. L list Lost Peaks. Why is it an L list Lost Peaks? What you got to say? Why is it L list? What's up? Let me hear your thoughts. Nerf his shotgun does do so much damage. You think he's B? Really? Chat. Really? B? Bro. Nah. There ain't no world this character's B. He is A. Undoubtedly. B? We're saying he is B. He is A. Okay. This is one of those instances where you don't see a lot of good ones at your rank. That is what that is. Because this character is strong. But I do know, and I hate pulling that card out, because that's not fair. And I don't usually like using it. But in his case, he is a lot better in higher ranks, because a lot of higher ranks players know how to aim. And he will shred. But I will also say, if it's a poking contest, generally he loses. So he's very good at like getting the divers off. But I think when it comes to his overall kit, I don't know, man. This one's hard, dude. Y'all really think he's B? Y'all really think he's B, guys? I like him. I play him and I do well on him. And if I do well on a character, well, that's saying something. Y'all know my skill level is low. Come on. Ugh. Does he truly run the lobby? I have seen it. I have seen it. I think with his buff, he's usually A tier. He gets his ult faster than supports. Yeah, but he can't one bang supports out their ults unless they're just really stupid or they get caught. Put Jeff there, what, in B? Iron Fist A? No, Iron Fist is S. Character's dope. He needs a nerf. He needs deletion, actually. Jeff is B? No. What are you talking about? This character sucks. He's awful for a side. Don't engage. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys have this one. Because a lot of you guys are saying B. I think he's A. But I do understand that we have different experiences. And I do understand that it really is about how good the player is. Because he's so simple of a character that... You know what? Well, just put him with Spider. Fair? Is that fair? If you're good, you carry. If you die, you suck. I mean, that's literally how he works. He either does really well or he sucks. There is no in between. I've seen some cracked Punishers smack lobbies. But I've also been in a Lauren situation where it's like, well, you don't do anything, bro. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. All right, Thor. Now, we have another special guest. Lauren is our resident NA #1 Hulk main. But we also have Aussies, Australia's top dog not NA, AUS Thor player. Where is he going, Diluted? Where is he going? Rank 1 Thor player right there. Everybody quiet. Shh, everybody quiet. It's Diluted's take. It's the Diluted's take. Everybody quiet. Thor is obviously D tier. No, what about that one? What about that one? I keep seeing these Punishers trying to dive shotgun. I've seen that too. A? Run the lobby? Alright. I have a little bias towards Thor. But in this particular instance, Diluted helped me see the light a little bit. I was gonna put him in S. But I realized that's my personal grievance with that character. I think if you're really good, he can be S, but it does take a lot, and I mean a lot, to get to that level. But just by itself, I'll put him at A. So far, we were doing right by both the top Thor and Hulk players in the world. So, you know, I think we're chilling. All right, next we have Venom. I've been playing Venom. I really like Venom. Venom's issue is he's just really slow. It's funny because Venom is actually the same speed as all the other tanks in the game. But he's predictable. He's slow. He's bulky. The only real way he works is if you have some sort of amplification on your team. Or you're just really on point with getting the KOs. If you have the amplification on your team, you probably one bang all the strats out there ultimate. But because they have 275 HP now, a lot of them that are being played, or there's a lot of shields and stuff, and you don't get that for free. You have to work for it. And I think he's in the same spotlight, I think, as Hulk, Psylocke, Magneto. You either have a Venom just running lobbies, or you have a Venom that doesn't really do anything and they're just there. So I think he goes there. Thor and Hulk are faster? Thor and Hulk run at 50. It runs at 350, right? Now you got me guessing. How slow? Venom is 350. Surely. I'm about to check. Is he slower than 350? Wait, what am I talking about? 350. Wait, what? What number was I thinking about? It's 6, right? Yeah, 6. Yeah, all the tanks run at 6. I honestly wish Cap was faster. Thor is faster! Thor is faster! I'm about to check all tanks right now. Ain't no way this man is able to be running faster than all the tanks of the game. Oh, nah. Why? Everyone else is 6. Even Groot is 6. Emma is 6. Why does he get this movement speed boost? The dude can dash infinitely. Penny is 6. Rogue feels really fast. It says 600, but I'm pretty sure they just mean 6. That's crazy. Nerf him. Hulk runs at 6.5? On their site, it says he runs at 6. Oh, I'm looking at Banner. Why would they change the speed of Banner? That's weird. But, okay, that makes sense. Because remember I said that they should give Venom the Hulk movement speed buff? So I looked on their site and it said it was 6. And I was like, he doesn't feel like 6, but I trust him. But it's because I didn't click Hulk. Hulk feels fast. So I was like, there's no way that Hulk is the same speed as Venom. But he's almost the same size. So clearly I'm crazy. Okay. All right. Yeah, he needs a speed buff. He's slow. I was accurate in my analysis. Is this high elo, low elo, or both? It's both. All right, doing everything. But yeah, with Venom, actually, I'm gonna put him at coin flip. I got ahead of myself. Thing is, Venom is just very useless. If he doesn't do anything, he's actually just very useless. If he does something, he runs lobbies. With Hulk, even if you're not that great at the Hulk, you still do things. You know what I mean? Psylocke as well, Mag as well. It's like you're not just a hindrance. Venom, he's just an ult charge bot for the enemy team. Like if you've had a Venom on your team, he doesn't really do anything. And when I go against him, I'm never afraid. Character is just like hit or miss. Very coin flippy. All right, Bucky. What do we have to guess, bro? This character's broken. Wolf, bro. Wolverine has been a problem lately. This character is actually so OP. Wolverine is so OP right now. People don't play him, but this character is actually so OP right now. I called it when they changed it. Remember when they changed his ult to where he can just move it in any direction now rather than only on the ground? After that change, dude, Wolverine is so busted right now. And I think if you don't think that he's busted, it's because it hasn't trickled down to your rank yet. Because I recently, within this season and maybe the end of last, I recently just started seeing him pop up. Which means that you guys are going to start having that trickle effect real soon. So get prepared. for Wolverine running in your lobbies, and you guys are gonna see he's giga strong. But you guys probably aren't dealing with that right now, so you guys don't notice it. But the character right now is extremely strong. And then you factor in the Phoenix team up? Oh, nah. This character is not okay. This is one of those characters where it's like, you don't even really know how to fix him. Like, what do you do? I will say a lot of his potential is very player oriented. So I'm gonna put him down here with Spider and Punisher. Because I think this character is actually one of the most OP characters in the game. Without a doubt. But a lot of players aren't on that level. And even if you are okay with Wolf, you're probably not gonna win. You are all in, or you are useless. Like, if you have a bad Wolverine on your team, they're so useless. They're so useless. But if you have a good one on your team, bro, the game is so much easier. I would put him at S, but he requires skill. The characters at S, they're just strong, man. But Wolverine is strong only when you are playing it well. So I'm gonna put him at that. Next, we have Mr. Fantastic. I've been seeing a lot of him lately. Bro, I kind of want to put him at A. Chat, my bias. Are we not thinking A? I kind of want to put him at A. I really want to put him at A, but I know I could be being biased right now. I could be being biased right now because I hate this character. Like, I genuinely can't stand this character. But I'll let you guys know when I'm being biased. So I'm being biased. You guys think I'm B? Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna listen to you guys with this one because I already know I'm frustrated and I'm biased. So no matter what role I play or character, I hate him because the team doesn't focus him. The dude's just running in the back line for free, not getting hit. But again, that's just me being biased. If the team shoots him, you know what? The buff to him getting HP back when he inflates was pretty crazy. Ooh, this one's hard, dude. If he's played normally, he's reliable. If you're actually a super good Mr. Fantastic, I think he runs the lobby. But it's unfair for me to put him there because most Mr. Fantastic players, no matter like how many hours they have, most of them aren't that cracked. But you have the occasion. The ones in A, if you guys have over 100 hours or whatever on these characters, they are always cracked. They're always a problem. They're always a nuisance. They're always a pain. But like Mr. Fantastic, he's only like that if you're really good, and I don't really see him that much. So, oh, is it the Pop-Tart that he gets health refunded? It's one of his abilities where he gets his health refunded or something like that. He gets full HP. I remember reading it. Let me see which one it is. I think it's his Pop-Tart mode then. It's one of them, right? I know I'm not crazy. No, it's his inflated. It's his passive. Gain 350 max health and a one-time heal of 350, which is removed upon exiting the inflated state. So yeah, he heals. He heals when he does that. That's pretty crazy. That's a pretty good change. But again, I think that I don't really see him pop off like that. Next, we have Invisible Woman. Bro, this character, dude, when they buffed her, I was like, okay, she needs it. But they overstepped their boundaries. And then they nerfed her, and I was like, okay, this would be great. This character is freaking stupid. Like, Invis is so OP. She is so OP, bro. Like, she's not okay. You guys say A? I don't know. I don't know, chat. This character is busted. Like, this character is busted. You may think she's A because people suck, but that is not an indication of how good or bad a character is. You could be butt on a character, and the character can still be busted. Invisible's kit is actually so OP. And the cooldown durations for all of it. Nah. Chat, I love you guys. And I think you guys are the world to me. But I can't. Is she an Iron Fist level? Bro. She's so strong. She's so strong. Yes, she's a strat. Yes, she's probably not getting KOs like a damage dealer. But she is so incredibly strong after that adjustment to her range. Like, and then the shield that she puts up, she is strong. She is strong, man. I'm gonna put her at S. I think if you guys learn to play Invisible Woman and you're a strat player, you're gonna climb regardless. She is strong right now. And I don't even know if she's strong in a negative way. Like, oh my god, nerf her. But she is strong right now, man. Human Torch, easily S tier. Let's move on. No, I'm just kidding. Human Torch. He's got in a little bit of a buff. But it wasn't enough. I like, he's kind of like whatever, bro. He's kind of just like whatever. It's like, you're there, you're not, dude. You suck or you don't. I don't really like, it's like whatever, bro. You exist is what I. You exist. Congratulations. Next game. All right. The Thing. I don't really think the Human Torch is that bad to be put in D. He's not that awful, but he just requires a lot of experience, and you're not really rewarded. You're just, if you're allowed to play, you can play. If not, you just kind of do nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's like bad where you just, if you play him, you're hindering your team. It's just, you exist, bro. Like, that's pretty much it. The only reason why Storm is higher is because of the Jeff NATO, but she'd be lower as well. The Thing. So the problem with this game right now is that a lot of characters being played are very tank shreddy. Elsa, Iron Fist, Magik. She doesn't really tank shred, but she does tank shred. Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, Namor, Star-Lord, Moon Knight, Hela, Hawkeye. There's a lot of tank shredding happening. And Punisher's another one. Wolf. He is very situational. He's very niche. But if you play him into anything that he struggles into, it's like an Achilles heel situation. It's like as soon as he struggles, he struggles. He struggles, bro. The only way that the Thing looks good is if he's able to run your team down. But that doesn't change the fact that he struggles. He doesn't really do that well in high ranks for a reason. He needs something. He's good when he's in the fight, but should the fight move around, or should the fight last longer than he wants it to last, he's in trouble. His ultimate's very good though. His ultimate's a very good game changer, and I do like that about him. And I think that he has really good peeling and whatnot, but bro, this one's... The stuff being added to the game makes this character harder to play. And The only way this character works is if you don't punish him. But it's very easy to punish him because it's very easy to misplay with this character. I'm gonna put him at A. And we're gonna change this so that way we can lower it. I know some of y'all might not agree with that thing, with the thing placement, but I have a lot of hours on this character, and I tend to play characters like, you guys know I'm not a swapper. I don't swap because stuff gets rough. I play it out because I want to. You know, I care about what character I'm playing because I have fun versus, oh, I gotta swap to fit the situation. I know a lot of you guys don't play like that, but I do. And I know when this guy struggles. There's not really a way to get around it. And he only really works on some maps and versus some comps. When you get to higher ranks, they're usually playing the things that counter him just generally, which means he doesn't really get to play. And if he is played, he's punished. This is one of those press W characters if you play on keyboard, and if you obviously console's joystick tilt. It's one of those characters that, like, if you don't punish them just walking at you, he gets away with it. It's like Thor. But the thing about Thor is that he moves around a lot. So it's harder to punish that. The Thing does not do that. This guy is basically stationary. You shoot him, he's done. So I'm going to put him at C. I think the Thing's vulnerability application is broken, and the damage he can put out is crazy. But he's so easy to counter. You just look at him, and he's forced to retreat. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like what he can do is cool just in this current meta, and just what the characters that are dropping and that have dropped are very mobile and very damage heavy, and it's just like he can't really catch you, and the cooldowns are so long that he can't run at you. If he does that, then he's gonna be cooked because he can't get out, right? And then the cooldowns for his leaps are so long that if he wastes one on you and then maybe another on somebody else, he can't get out. Or if he wastes one on his team and then bounces, he can't get out. If he goes on you and then jumps away, he can't go back in. Like, he is committed no matter what he does, and that is very easily counterable. So I think that he should be going up to C. If Prof gets nerfed, he'd probably be busted. I agree. I also just think that he might need to get some cooldown reduction. But I don't know. This is just one of those characters where they're in a, for lack of better words, they're in between a rock and a hard place with that character. Emma's actually pretty nasty. I think that she's a good character. I don't really think she runs lobbies. I think she's just reliable. If you're really good, you do run lobbies, but you have to be really good, and I don't see Emma's be that good often. Very, very rarely are they that good. They are just usually reliable. Ultron, he works or he doesn't. Not really much to say. Phoenix, she used to be really OP, but I think that health nerf to her actually did wonders. I thought it wouldn't do that much. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. When I saw that health drop, I actually did say it was a good thing because she was too tanky, and it's very easy to execute her now on any character. So I think that nerf was really warranted, especially because she had lifesteal, and now she's not as oppressive as she was. Before, she could be like a bruiser, but now she's glass, and she has to play better. So I don't think she's as strong as she used to be. Is she capable of running a lobby? Certainly, but most of them do not because of that. So if you are very good with her, I think she's A, but just the general player base and the amount of Phoenix players that I've run into, they are not at that level. So it's unfair to put her there based off the general population. Next, we have Blade, bro. I don't even know what they want to do with this character, bro. If there's ever a stepchild, bro, it's Blade. I don't know what they want to do with this character. I love this character. I really do. But like, bruh. I don't know if Would I really put him at D, bro? I feel like that's unfair. I don't ever have a Blade in my match and think like, well, if you were a different character, this would be better. I don't think I've ever said that with Blade. I don't think I've ever said that with Blade. I I honestly don't think I've ever said that with Blade. I don't think I've ever said that with him. But I do know he's buns. Jeff is a hindrance. That's why I put him at D. Like he's actually just you ruin your team a lot of the times, whether it's because they don't know how to play with you, because you screw them over by eating them, because he doesn't have enough healing. Blade, even if this dude pops off, he doesn't even pop off, bro. He just pops. Like, what? He just he is the most support DPS in this game, bro. He is annoying to deal with though. Like, I'm not even gonna front. He is really annoying to deal with. If you've ever tanked into a Blade, it's pretty annoying. It's pretty annoying. It's not like it's broken, but it's kind of annoying. It's like a fly that you just can't swat really. You know what I mean? I don't know. I Blade has nothing. He is negative value. All right, if his win rate's below 45, I'll put him at D. If it's above, I'm gonna put him at C. Because I actually don't think he's that bad, but I do think he does no damage. But I also think in order for him to do things, they need to nerf his blade form. Because if this guy could ever exist in a world where his blade form is actually good, this character runs lobbies. But Lord knows we don't want that. So it's one of those situations where that his kit is one of those we can't really buff you, bro. Because if we do, you are going to be insanely hard to play against. And yeah, I don't think they want that. It's at 49. Yeah, he's not that bad. Not that bad. Oh wait, that's quick play. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, boys. I'm at ranked now. At 48. He's basically Jeff. What about PC? You would assume he'd be better on console, no? They're the same. Okay. I'm gonna put him at C because I do know good blades will be okay. Like the blade, there's like 3 levels, right? You have good, all right, buns. Majority of blade players are buns. If you are really good at blade, you're just good. Like there's no good. There's just you're balanced. That's where you go when you're good at him. All other characters mostly. If you're really good, you exceed thresholds. Bro, I'm carrying matches. You could be the best blade in the world and you are still average. And I think that's why I want to put him there. Whereas it doesn't really matter how good you are at Jeff, you just don't there are situations where you just don't work. This it's not the player's fault. It's the game's fault. But Blade doesn't have those situations. It's not the game's like he still works. He just it just takes a lot of effort to get him to work. But I do think he's definitely between C and D. He is definitely between C and D in my opinion. But he doesn't work only because he gets carried though. Character still does stuff. Every Blade main I know stop playing him. I still see Blades. I still see him. I don't think his ult's really meant to get KOs. It's more meant to set up your team for KOs. I know that sounds weird for DPS ultimate though. It's similar to Storm. It's like she doesn't really get ult KOs by herself. She does it to set people up. Or they have to set her up. Uh Next we have Angela. Angela's freaking irritating, bro. Like Angela's actually so irritating. I don't know why people, and I talked about this before. Why do people have an easier time like shooting Cap than they do Angela? Bro? They both do the same thing except she flies. I mean, not execution wise, but theoretically speaking, they both kind of function the same. They go in, they go out. They go in, they go out. People know to shoot Cap, but when it comes to Hulk, Thor, and Angela, apparently we just turn our brains off. We don't aim. I don't know what it is. Maybe because she's related to Thor. I don't know. But I think I think she is pretty good though. I think she is pretty good. I think she's good at what she does. Like she's really good at what she does. But I do think that most Angela players are bad. I think we could all agree. Like most Angela players are not that great. And when we think that most of the population that plays the character isn't that great, it means we kind of have to factor that in. So I would put her at A. But even if you play a lot of hours on Angela, I've still seen bad Angelas, which doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And it's not that the character is bad. It's the player. It's just they're not getting any value with her. So you can't be at A. If you run lobbies, that's because most of the people that main you can run the lobby. But I've seen Angela players run lobbies, and I see them do nothing. Right? There is no like you can still suck. But I think she's a really good character. I do think that Angela's really well designed. Oh man, I need a cigarette and I don't even smoke. Daredevil. Now, what you guys know when he first released, you guys are like popping. This character is actually just busted. I was like, this character sucks, bro. What are you talking about? I put him at like low tier, right? And then season 5, y'all like popping. This character's busted. I'm like, y'all. What are y'all talking about? I put him low. Season 5.5. He he creeped up 1 tier, and I was like, all right, a little bit. Season 6, he creeped up another tier. I was like, all right. This is post nerf Daredevil, by the way. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see what y'all see. Bro, we at season 6.5? This dude about to make me crash out and get my account banned. I hate this character. I hate this character. Like, I hate him more than I hate Iron. That's a lie and a half. If he spoke Chinese, maybe. But no, that's a joke. That actually came out as racist, and I didn't mean it to. But that's a joke. But I honestly, I cannot handle him in my lobbies. The thing that Iron Fist the reason Iron Fist I think makes me mad is because he talks a lot. Like whenever he does something, he talks too much. And it just makes me mad. And that's why Magik makes me mad. Because she talks too much. You can clap my cheeks, just don't say nothing. Just don't say anything. Daredevil doesn't really do anything, but the one quote, bro, I see you, or something like that. When I hear a bing, and then he says something, I already know it's about to be a problem. Like, I already know it's about to be a problem. It's the equivalent of going to school, your teacher telling you that I called your parents and you got to go home after school. It's the equivalent, bro. When I hear the ICU and I hear the ding, I'm like, it's about to be a problem. It's about to be a problem, bro. And I think what really gets me is this dude basically has infinite dashes. I mean, they're not really infinite, but they are. And then he just manhandles you. Like he abuses you. Like, seriously. Being attacked by Magik in Iron Fist, I hate it. But it's alright. You know what I'm saying? Like, alright, you got me, cool. Daredevil abuses you, bro. It's like you feel like you just want to put the controller down or just put the keyboard and mouse down and be like, I'm done, bro. He bullies you. I hate this character. And then the deflect that lasts about 3 hours. Who signed that off, bro? The only stipulation of that is that he could be grabbed by Emma. But like the character is so frustrating. I want to tell you, this guy's faster than Cap. The character is faster than Captain. There should not be any character that should beat this dude in a foot race. That's literally his gimmick. I don't understand. I think that players have gotten way better at Daredevil, which is probably why I said I didn't have a problem with him in the past. But now, he's just a problem. He's a problem. Nobody can shoot him. The dude deflects. The dude can move at supersonic speeds. And the worst part is it doesn't go on cooldown. It doesn't go on cooldown. He just marks someone, sprints, bro. Dude's pushing it, and then it runs out. Boop. The fuck? What? I almost cursed, bro. Almost. Needless to say, this character is not alright. He has way too much leeway. He has way too much movement. He has way too much survivability. He has way too much playtime. There is no downside to this character at all. And he can one bang you in a span of a second without you knowing what's going to happen. Nah. If you main this, I think he's one of the most broken characters in the game. You main this dude, I guarantee you're climbing. I guarantee. There's any character that you guys are like, Papa, who should I play out to get ranked? Daredevil. I guarantee you're climbing with this character. I guarantee you are climbing with this character. Oh my god, he's so OP. He is so OP, bro. And that's post nerf. Bro, that's post nerf, bro. Post nerf. Oh no. He's harder to play than people think. That's what I originally thought. Until I started to play him. And I was like, all right. It's like Gambit. It takes you a second to realize the kit. Once you realize the kit, characters buns. But the character's very easy to play, and man, it's not that bad. But I will say, there is a difference between very good Daredevil players and like baby Daredevil players. There is a difference. But still, character is still broken. I was stuck in 2021 while we're in 2035. Look, it took me a second, but I guess it's because I played a higher rank, and these players understand how to take out a character like that, and the character was still new. So people were still learning him. People were still getting used to him. People were still wondering, how are you good? How do you do this? And the only people that played Daredevil were one tricks. And I didn't run into many one tricks. I ran into people who just occasionally played them. Well, as the time progressed, you start seeing more one tricks. You start seeing more people invest time. You start seeing people figure them out, people putting YouTube guides out on them and all that extra stuff. And now the character is just ridiculous. Like now people can pick him up, even if they don't play him that well. They pick him up. Do we even gotta talk about how this guy blinds you? I don't even know what ability it is. I honestly just don't know what ability blinds you. I really don't know. Is it when he dashes at you? Like, bro, how do you get blinded? And then, of course, his ultimate. We didn't even want to talk about that. This fool's ultimate is ridiculous. Like, bro, who signed him off? Gambit? All right, I think Gambit's a little bit... His ult blinds you, but he can also blind you without the ult. I think it's his dash. I think it's his dash. I didn't think he had another way to blind you, but I constantly get blinded by that character. And I know I'm not crazy. I don't know what ability. I think it's his dash, though. Let me check. Why do they want these characters to have so many things going on? Why can't we just have simple characters? Yeah, it's when he dashes on them. Why though? Like they just like we just had to put lore accurate Daredevil scare you. Okay. Yeah, if he pings you and dashes, he'll blind you. Um. Okay, Gambit. I think chat, you're gonna hate me. I love you guys, but you're gonna hate me, which is fine. I'm always hated. What's new? Gambit. Gambit is like overrated, and I see it a lot. I see it a lot. Gambit is very, very, very overrated, and they're like, well, Poppin, if you just ult, you automatically win fight. You don't. Well, Poppin, his damage it is really high, but you're not one banging anything by yourself unless you're really good at the character. Well, Poppin, you can't ever KO him because he gets away. It's because you don't know how to burn cooldowns. Like, he's one of those characters you just gotta force. You force him out of stuff because he's so resource heavy. He's so resource. Like, if you guys don't agree with my take, you guys agree with that he's resource heavy. He's one of the most resource intensive characters in the game. If you allow this guy to sit and use everything at his leisure, cool. But if you burn this dude's stuff out, you burn his dashes, you burn his cards, what does he have? He literally is a sitting duck at that point. And he can't run, he can't help his team, he's cooked. So the only real argument is his ultimate, which I agree, the ult is very strong. But it's up to the team to take advantage of his ultimate. And I've been in many situations where the team was not ready to take advantage of the ult, or that he would ult and the team would just get wiped anyway, because it doesn't work as a save ult. And I think because we have all this propaganda of Gambit being just insanely OP, you have him be open, and then you have players play him that have no clue how to play Gambit because they think the character is just auto win. And then you have them throw matches because they think the character is auto win. There's no auto win character. Iron Fist and Magik, but aside of them two, there's no auto win characters in this game, bro. Okay? They require effort in some sort of fashion. And I hate seeing it because Gambit's kind of complicated. And people don't understand that. And they just first time him thinking that's going to work. I think he's a good character. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think that he's insanely OP as what people think he is. Because I really don't. I think, here's the thing. Gambit will ult characters that are very good at abusing his ult. And what this leads to is the thinking of Gambit is OP. His ult is so broken. Bro, these characters are busted. All he's doing is giving them amplification of being busted. So instead of them just being busted, they're mega busted. It's not Gambit. The characters are busted. If you put Gambit ult on Magik, Gambit's OP. It's not Gambit, trust me. It ain't him. You put it on Bucky, look, it's not him. He just helps make characters broken. If you're broken, you're mega broken. If you're not broken, you turn into broken. But that doesn't mean that he himself is OP. And I also think that they removed, or they nerfed him a bit too. Which rightfully so. I mean, you a little over top. But I still don't think he's that OP. I think he's just really good with coordinated teams. If you are really good at Gambit, though, he is good. But it's a skill. It's a skill. I think a lot of people think that Gambit is just brainless OP. He is not, bro. If you're a true Gambit player, you know for a fact that this character is just brainless OP. I feel like I honestly don't really like that. I don't like Iron Fist and Magik, but I don't think that they're brainless OP. I don't think any character is brainless. And whenever I see that, I always think it's kind of troll, because it's like, bro, you need to know things with every character. It doesn't even matter which one it is. Even Rocket's not brainless. Like people think he's not. If you have a Rocket player that is good, that took time. That took effort. That took skill, you know? Although there's a lot of Rocket players that aren't that good and they do just sit in a corner, and if they get chased, they don't know what to do, but neither here nor there. All right. But yeah, anyway, that's my tangent. I think that he deserves to be in B. And if you're really good, I think he deserves to be in A. But just because we're saying that a character is strong because he has ult is not a valid excuse to put this character anywhere higher. Because if that were the case, a lot of these characters would be higher ranked. Cat would be S tier because he has a good ult. He's not, though. Adam would be S tier because he can res an entire team. On paper, that's broken, but it's not how it works, right? Venom busted because it just doesn't work like that. So I think he's B. He also cleanses CC. True, he does. Again, all that takes skill, though. You're not gonna have someone who has no clue how to play Gambit just pop off like that. You takes a while to get to that level of a Gambit, and I think people just undervalue that. With Daredevil, or with the people at S tier, it doesn't take that long to get to that point to where you're broken. Maybe about 2-3 hours. And then you can pull some stuff off. Obviously, it depends on your rank. If you're an Eternity or one above all player, you're like, I'm going to learn Magik today, and you only have 3 hours on it, you're going to get curb stomped. But like realistically, we're talking about, if we're in average ranks, which the game's population is, and you say, I want to play Magik, Bucky, Invisible One, Strange, whatever, and you put about 5 hours into them, I guarantee you'll see success way earlier than you would Gambit, because he just doesn't work like that, in my opinion. But it's my opinion. All right, next we have Rogue. I hate this character. Like, she gets on my nerves, and I think a lot of what gets on my nerves is her loud footsteps. I notice that audio cues gets me upset. I love Rogue's voice, and I had a crush on her when I was younger. So like, I can't really get mad at her voice like I do Magik. I mean, I had a crush on Magik too, but for some reason in this game, she just gets on my last. Rogue stomping gets on my nerves. So like, I'm already biased. We're already there. Bro, I just hear it. Like, calm down. You ain't that heavy. Sheesh. Bro, I'm playing Venom and I'm quieter than you. Bro, why? She is super loud. And then all of her dashes making a lot of loud noises. I don't even know what ability she's doing. I just hear it. Bro, I'm playing a cat running and I'm hearing pew, pew, pew. I'm like, oh God, please don't let her catch me. She is fast. She is so fast. If Rogue is on you, bro, you're probably not getting away. She's not fast movement speed wise, but because of all her abilities, basically her dashes, she could stick. And like, you are not getting away, bro. If she's on you, she's on you. I think a really good Rogue will stomp a match. It ain't no joke. I think a really good Rogue will stomp a match. But again, you don't see it that often. And it's only fair. So I think that she will go to B, as you guys said. But I think a really good Rogue, and I've seen it, will run a lobby. She's a very, very good character, but it takes a lot of time to get there. And I don't think it's fair if majority of their player base would spend 5 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever, on her, and they still aren't at that level. It's unfair to put her at A because it takes that much time, right? Majority of rogues that are being played are just reliable. You're not bad. You're not amazing, but you're decent. That's good. You're reliable. Having you on my team is never a negative. Next, we have Deadpool. So it's not separated here, but we're going to factor him in with everything. So I'm going to talk about all three. So take Deadpool. Tank Deadpool is very strong if you can aim. And you also need to know how to off angle pretty frequently. If you can learn how to do those two things, you're good. You're very rarely going to be using your sword in tank form, unless you need to move around. but most of the time, your damage is coming from your pistols being upgraded. His bubble shield is pretty good too. It stops a lot. You have to be really good at them, like really good at them, but it's not bad, but it takes a lot of effort and a lot of good aim. DPS Deadpool. I've seen a lot of them before, but I'm not really seeing them that much anymore. I see a lot more tank than I do DPS, and a lot more strat too. So. I thought he was really good. Nothing. They didn't nerf him, did they? Did they nerf DPS? They did nerf DPS. Yeah, they nerfed DPS but left the other two unchanged. Maybe that's why I don't see him anymore. But I always thought DPS was busted. But maybe after that nerf, it's not anymore. And then strat pool. I really don't like strat pool, bro. I really don't like strat pool. I feel like strat pool is so bad. I even played tanks that sit still for him, and I just don't see it. Like the problem with this character is like you have to be so freaking good at him. He is so bad. You have to be so good. That's like my issue. Is like this character just requires so much skill. Like so much skill to be effective. And people don't have that, man. At least most of them don't. And then you just left with a useless Deadpool. Is it fair if we put him at good, he'll carry, bad, feed, or should I place him? Is that fair? It was a buff for DPS Deadpool? Was it? I'm going to check. While I check, let me know. Is this fair or is this not a good placement? I should place him in a letter. I didn't know they buffed it. I thought they nerfed it. Really? Really? I'm gonna check. Oh, they did buff it. Oh, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I thought they nerfed his icon throw or whatever. Where have I been? What? He's more of a slow start character. That's the thing. He has this level up system, so he eventually gets better. Even when he does get better, if you're not good with the character, I feel like he just sucks, man. You need to be good at him. Like he does bring value after leveling up, but it doesn't enough value to compensate for a bad player. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the characters on this list is even if you're bad, they still help you. The characters still they pull some weight, but like Deadpool, if you're bad, he does not help you. But if you're bad, you're bad. Period. There's no character is not helping you. Shimmer say DPS Deadpool is bad, or DPS pool is bad because he doesn't have the HP of tank pool or sustain of health pool, making his loss of ult charge at higher risk. I don't know. I don't play a lot of them. I did when he released, but I stopped. I never really had an issue with DPS Deadpool though. What I did was just assassinate. You just off angle, throw your icon, bounce on someone, shoot him a few times, throw the icon, bounce on someone, should get the KO pretty free. I never really played front to back. I don't think that version of DPS pull is valuable, but maybe that's just me. But yeah, I think I'm going to put him there. And the last but not least, we have Elsa. Oh, when she got released, I told you guys she had to be nerfed. Everybody and their mama was saying, no, she's not OP. No, bruh. I was like, that ultimate is not okay. That thing is not cool. A couple days later, nerfed. And I was like, yeah. It wasn't even a shocker to see that ult needed to be nerfed. It wasn't a shot. That thing was crazy. That thing was crazy. But they nerfed the ult, so it's not too much of an issue. I mean, I still know it's a problem, but I think as time goes by, people will get better at using or at destroying it and whatnot. It's not too bad anymore. I think this one's more of just a skill issue with the player base, and we just have to get better at dealing with her ult. I think the more she does it, the more we'll get used to it. I already start seeing people in my rank dodge. Like they'll just move out the way when they see her position because you know what she's going to use. It's not a surprise. She positions kind of like Star-Lord. You know, you can tell when Star-Lord's going to ult. You know how his movement is. So you could kind of tell, or like Psylocke, you could tell when these characters, they have to like do something to pop their ult. And whether or not the players understand this in the match is a different story, but I'm starting to see people react to it more. That's just the ult though. Let's move on to the character itself. Elsa. Bro, who signed off on that? Who said that you can get a free overshield for dashing? Your cooldown would be refunded regardless if you shoot your rifle. And it's 2 seconds. And also, the thing where she like bounces up after like knocking you up, after that, it goes on cooldown even if she doesn't use the second half of it. Bro, what? Bro, how many characters in this game, their ability goes on cooldown as soon as they use it instead of when they actually use it? That's crazy. You have to use the entire ability for a lot of the characters' cooldowns to go down. She uses half of it and it's getting. What? Bruh, that is crazy. So I think what would make Elsa better is if A, cooldowns don't start going down until she uses the second half of the ability. B, she needs to land the shot in order to get the overshield, and she needs to land the shot in order for the cooldown to go low enough for her to do it again in 2 seconds. Because there's no reason she basically button. She's literally, who said this? Someone put your hand up. Was it Puka? Bro, who said pop it? This is ranged magic basically. And my naive self, I don't think so. I think that she the cooldown dependent. If I could talk to my past popping self and slap the crap out of him, bro, this is Magic 2.0 ranged. Like for real. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I didn't realize it at the time because people didn't know what they were doing. Bro, once people got good with this character, she's literally a ranged magic. Like it's the amount of button mashing that you can do for free is crazy. I don't even know why we started going down the button mash route. We used to make such deliberate characters. The Thing, I mean, you can kind of call him button mash if you really want to. The Thing, Mr. Fantastic, right? These characters, you know. And then all of a sudden, we just started hitting button mash territory. Like Rogue, Gambit, Daredevil. What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, to be fair, you know, Rogue's stuff is a little high, and Gambit's is also, but the fact remains, you can still kind of button mash. Just do it a little slower. But yeah, I think Elsa's ridiculous right now. I don't think I don't. She's way too much damage. The only thing that you could say about Elsa is like, well, what if you just play poke into it? And she doesn't really do that much damage because she's far away. Fair, fair, valid argument. It is. But your tanks are going to get obliterated because she does 3,000 damage a second. And if she manages to get close to a squishy, they won't survive. And then she has her ultimate. Like there's just a lot to her. I don't think they should nerf her damage. It could be a hot take. I don't think they should nerf her damage. And it's just like Magik. It's like I don't think Magik should have less damage. I just think we need to pick a side, bro. We can't have Bruiser one-shotting people. You can't have Elsa be so mobile for free one-shotting people. Why are we having these characters be able to one-shot but also be able to be scot-free every time they want to do it? It doesn't make sense. I don't like Iron Fist, but at least the boy got to sit in there for a hot minute. He can't just go in there and just pop and leave. He leaves when he gets shot at, but he's not about to just, well, you're KO'd. Goodbye. No, that's not how he works. Black Panther doesn't work like that. Why does Magik work like that? Why does Elsa work like that? Why are we giving them so much free time and safety nets? We need to punish them for making mistakes. So I just think if they increase the cooldown for her messing up, and like if she needs to hit the shot in order to get the cooldown, and then if they make it so that she needs to use the second half, well, maybe that wouldn't be too fun for Elsa players, because maybe their design choice is not, they want her to do that, but at least make it so she has to land the shots. I think I would be a little bit more happier with that. You can have the cooldown as it is right now, but just make sure that she lands the shot. If she lands the shot, she gets a second shaved off. I'm cool with that. Let her land it. You know what I mean? The biggest weakness of Elsa is encourages a Deadpool, which encourages a Jeff. Yo, Jeff ult on a Elsa ult is kind of cracked. I'm not even gonna lie, it's kind of cracked, bro. But this is the tier list that we have. This is our no BS tier list for every single rank. I didn't break it up this time. It's funny how we had the same amount of hours talking about it, but it just felt like it was a good chat with you guys. This is that tier list. We are going to be doing another stream after maybe about like 10 minutes. I'm gonna turn on the next stream. And we're gonna do replay reviews, because we didn't do it last week. So we're gonna do it this week. If you guys want free replay reviews, make sure you check my Discord. Go to that little replay review tab. We're gonna be popping some replay reviews today. And yeah, that'll be the conclusion of the night. So hope you guys enjoyed the tier list. Whether you agree or disagree, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I'm rank 1 in the world, best player, winning world championships. People are gonna disagree. That's just how the world works. Tier lists are not objective, they are subjective. It is perfectly fine if you guys disagree. But just in my experience climbing solo without using comms and telling people what to do and all that extra stuff, this is where I think the characters are if you want to have the most impact in your matches without having to communicate and without having to have people understand your character and play with your team and and stuff like that. These are the characters that I feel have the most impact. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you pay attention to the next stream that's coming up in about 10 minutes, and we're going to do replay reviews. Until next time, you know what I always say. Think you guys are doing what? Happen often. Well, often. I'll see you guys in the next stream if you want to hang out, and if not, have a good rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this video. I'll talk to you guys later.